FurCast, episode 358. Welcome. Hi, I'm Paradox.
What the heck was that order? You never do that. Hi, Pharaoh. You're giving me a look. You're giving me a look already. It's taken a solid 3 seconds and
You showered, but you didn't shave? What the hell's wrong with you?
I didn't have time. I got out of the shower and I was like, shit. I'm not there. It's already 7:55. I need to drive over there and just go. And the thing is, most people listen. I don't care. But now they know too. So
Yeah, I was just gonna say you just
ruined it.
Like
You
all the
outed me.
audio listeners were listening to this podcast, like, oh, thank God both shaved.
Yeah.
and now they're just like,
Right.
oh fuck, I can't listen to this now that I know that he hasn't.
Well, I know he's sitting there all clean and smelling nice, but his face looks like a rat's nest. Ugh.
Yeah, you are wearing a very nice purple
It's not
shirt.
even that long. Like, it's just a little bit. It's not that bad. It's like 2 days worth of not shaving.
That's like a week's worth for me.
Oh, fair.
Anyway, welcome to FurCast, episode 357. What do we got coming up?
So, your fabulous Blue Fox host,
Oh,
Pharaoh.
that's right. No,
And I'm a Rayo. You didn't let us introduce ourselves. Fuck you,
You
Parrot.
fucked it all up.
I'd given you that time.
You
and
fucked
then
it all
didn't,
up.
And then
See,
You
no,
fucked
you
it.
hadn't given us that time. Because if you'd given us that time, you would have talked to us and said, hey, are you guys going to introduce yourselves? But you didn't care.
okay,
Go on.
Was it 358?
357. At least it should be 357.
Why is the previous one in the show notes say 357?
Hold on. I don't know.
Fuck this up.
Did I fuck it up already?
No,
No, 357 was the previous episode, and I said 358. At least I should have for the intro, and it says 358 on the graphics. Did I say 357? It's 358.
Welcome to FurCast episode 358.
358. So, what do
I'm
we
your
got?
host, Pharaoh.
Wait, but the notes say 357.
Okay, so the notes are wrong.
No, I know.
I will fix it. There,
know,
it's
Parrot.
fixed.
Oh, they say 358 now. I must have been reading it wrong.
Anyway, what do we got to talk about? So first of all, this episode of FurCast is sponsored by TwinTailCreations.com. You can
I
check
don't
them
have to talk about them yet.
I want to talk about them now.
We need to hold off for a little bit.
He's done this every time.
I know.
Anyway,
You could be a tease.
TwinTailCreations.com.
Twin Tail Creations, you can be a tease.com.
You can, you guys can use coupon codes.
I'm making that website
You
now.
can be a tease.com.
No, Twin Tail Creations, you can be a tease.com.
Anyway, you guys can check them out, and you can use coupon codes RedWolf or the coupon code BlueFox to get 15% off Silicon products, and we'll talk about them more later in the show. In the meantime, do you guys know that we're losing an hour of sleep tonight in North America?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
because of daylight savings bullshit.
I mean, I'll just sleep an hour longer than I was going to originally.
Well, yeah, I obviously, but it just means that it's somewhere there's a discrepancy because of bullshit. Not the good kind of bullshit, by the way, because I know you're a bull.
Not
and I know
your
that
bullshit.
You might be into that.
See,
I'm not
but-
judging.
no,
No
see-
kink shaming.
No,
but
see,
I'm
I'm not a king shamer either, but like
Okay,
I'm not
right,
really into
yeah.
that either. Like, not really my thing. I'm into a lot of things, but like where I draw the line, me, is like bloody gory stuff and like
That's
scat.
the best stuff.
Okay, but
not
in a,
scat.
like
bloody
in a
gory
in a
stuff.
bad
You
way.
like bloody gory stuff?
Well, not as like a fetish.
Okay, that's
But-
what I'm referring to.
Okay, well, I was referring to bullshit as in the bad type of bullshit because of daylight savings.
Yeah,
so
I feel that,
I
okay.
feel like that was kind of what I was trying to get across to you. So
Pharaoh, you look so disappointed in me for not being like attracted to gore.
It's attracted to gore. Well, actually, no. If you, it's actually gorn.
Gorn?
If it's gore porn.
Is that actually like what they call it?
is that actually a thing?
Yes.
That bothers me a little bit.
It's like corn, but one letter off.
I don't like that.
So if there's gore art, but that's not really a fetish stuff. That's just gore art. But then there's gorn, which is gore art that's made to be porn.
Okay. Anyway, so the only thing to announce with that is that on the next FurCast episode is going to be at 0 UTC instead of 100 UTC, and different regions of the world do daylight savings at different times, and some of them are starting to not do daylight savings. Lucky you. But we're here next week, but we're not here the week after because that is FE, Infernal Equinox in Toronto, which I'm super excited about, and I'm also director of the video department, so yay responsibilities. Purple is the best color is in the notes. I don't
Thank
know
you.
who put that in there.
I don't know who put that in either, but
yeah,
I
don't
figured
know
whoever
who
put that in there is really, really killing it with the notes.
They're really killing it. They did a really great job at that.
Yeah, I'm really glad that made it into the intro because it needed to be announced.
Okay. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the intro stuff, unless you guys have other stuff to talk about. Maruski's not here because he's at his apartment fucking somebody, so he's not here. But that's okay. He's having fun. That's all that matters.
The thing I find funny about daylight savings time, just to go back to that, is every time it starts, we're like, oh, yes, we get an extra hour of sleep. Like, we're so, like, we're so excited over it. We're like, oh, it's so great that we do daylight savings. We get an hour extra sleep right now. And then a few months later, just so much complaining. Oh my God, why do we do this? We lose an hour. And it's like, but you gain an hour. It's equal. It's really just,
It's not
it's
equal.
not that stupid. I don't think it's that stupid.
It's pretty stupid.
I think it's pretty
I think it's unnecessary,
right.
but I don't think it's as big of a problem, I guess, as like people talk about.
Yeah,
I find
I'm-
it's a problem.
I'm not a fan of it at all. Now, that said, I will accept the argument that maybe being permanently daylight savings would be better. So, for instance, in our region, that would be -4 UTC instead of -5 UTC. I'd be okay with that
Yeah.
if we were daylight savings constantly. And that is, I believe, what some European Union countries are doing. They're actually going to, this is like the last time that they're going to switch for some of them, which is a pretty cool idea. And there are a lot of states in the U.S. that have signed laws that say that if the states surrounding them either stick to daylight savings or don't, they'll do the same. So, for instance, because, like, let's say between, Connecticut and Massachusetts, there's a lot of commuters. So that makes sense that they would want to keep the same time zone. But nobody's actually done it yet. So it's one of those, like, everybody says they're going to do it, but then they don't actually do it. So it's like, come on, guys, you can do this. We can end this. We don't have to do it anymore. Anyway, so that's the thing. Yeah. Well, anyway, I can jump into the roundup whenever you guys are ready. Whenever you guys are okay with me doing that.
Oh.
Am I just, like,
Run, boy.
Go.
run?
Run away.
Anyway, so, all right, let me just get the graphics ready to say that we're doing the roundup thing, and then I have to hit apply, and then I do the graphics. There we go. Welcome to the roundup. The roundup is the segment where we throw a bunch of fucking links at you, and you can check them out on your own after the show when we post the episode, which usually takes a day or two. And it's basically a news roundup thing, new rapid fire thing, I guess. We're just going to go through a bunch of shit. So, here we go. First thing in the roundup. I need to close that thing so that I can see what I'm doing on my levels. There is a really interesting video from Great Big Story talking about dragons. And this says, dragons are everywhere if you know where to look. And I also have to be careful playing Great Big Story episodes because they have copyright striked us multiple times. So we're going to not do that. But you can check them out. They do have a great YouTube channel, Great Big Story. I believe they're owned by CNN, by the way. And they have an episode on dragons. So I thought people might think it's cool. Next, this is a tweet from a random person named Molly Kane that happened to be staying in the same hotel that Texas Furry Fiesta was happening at, and says, so I would assume probably their partner and I ran into this furry convention and instantly agreed that 1, you can't be in a bad mood watching furries flirt with each other, and 2, this is probably the safest public gathering you could attend. And they just included a bunch of random pictures of random happenings at the convention, including this photo, which I'll try to get a close-up of, that the hotel put up that says, please keep tails, paws, manes, and all fur-tastic accessories safe on the escalator. We don't want a catastrophe. I don't know where the bell is, but Nico's not here, so maybe we won't ring it.
It's over there.
It's over there.
Hold on, I gotta stand up. Damn it.
Ha, you gotta stand.
Wait, why is that a joke?
I don't know. Never mind.
That's not a pun.
I know it wasn't.
Steer is a pun.
Steer is a pun. That's right. I don't know. It sounded the same to me for some reason in this moment.
Well, they don't sound the same.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, moving on. Next thing in the roundup
Oh, sorry.
is Nintendo Life has an article. A furry adventure is coming to a Nintendo Switch near you. So we, I believe, shouted this out before. But it was not really a dating sim. It's more of like a visual novel. It kind of looks like a dating sim though when you watch the trailers for it. It was really funny because there are all these cute little chibi characters, and then you look at the art and you're like, why are they so hot? Yeah, well anyway, this game is coming to Nintendo Switch.
You sure that's not a dating sim? That looks like a dating sim.
I don't think
I'm
it
pretty
is.
sure that's a dating
No,
sim.
I think it's an RPG, it said.
I think it's some kind of
There's been other
RPG.
porn on Nintendo Switch already. So, I mean,
There's been porn on it already?
yeah.
Porn games?
yes.
In the field of architecture and design, we would specialize in revitalizing haunted buildings and solving the problems of spirits dwelling within them. Really, the only problem was, I have no idea about architecture. Never expected to find myself.
So it seems like an interesting RPG game. Yeah, you guys can check that out. Next in the roundup, The Fursuit of Happiness. This was posted by Mel Magazine. It was an interesting little article about how furry affects mental health, and I believe they talked to the fur science people. So Sharon Roberts from Fur Science also works with Nuka. We talk about Nuka all the time. We've had Nuka on the show a few
I haven't
times.
talked to Nuka in a while.
We haven't. We got to have Nuka on again. Nuka's awesome. Next, this was all over the place in all of my Telegram chats and
Yeah,
everything.
wait. We can't have Bull ring the bell. We need to get a cowbell for him.
Can I get him an 808 machine cowbell? Like the 1980s?
No!
I want to get you an 808 machine cowbell instead of a regular cowbell. We should get him
Can you
a
search
cowbell.
on Amazon right now? How much
So
is a cowbell?
So what? All other puns are that bell, but if I make a pun, it's a little dunk.
Oh, not too bad. You get some prime stuff here. You could do that. I don't know. We'll see. That'll be interesting.
Just need to shake it, so you always need more cowbell.
Yeah.
How do you not have a cowbell? How have you been on the show this many times and not brought a cowbell?
Just because I never bought one.
Why don't you have a cowbell necklace? I feel like this is things that
No,
like,
that's a plan for when I get my suit eventually. I want to like walk around with the cowbell around my neck and dunk, 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 dunk. That's what I want.
What's the point of cowbells anyway?
It's so that you can hear the cows when they're like coming at you. Like if like a cow's like coming to like, attack you or something. I don't know.
Do cows attack that often?
I don't know. I think it's just to hear them, to be able to tell where they are.
Do you know what the purpose of a
Like
cowbell
if they were to,
I
like
don't,
if they were to
no.
start roaming or running or
Anyway, so the
going
thing that I was going to
somewhere-
talk about before I got interrupted by cowbells, Made for You, as in the fursuit maker, has an After Dark Twitter. And it's called MFY After Dark. And they have a great sign, which is a seam ripper in the logo.
Oh, I thought it was a paddle at first.
No,
I
it's a
didn't-
seam ripper.
I
Oh,
literally,
actually, it could be a paddle.
No, that's a seam ripper.
it was a seam ripper, but I
yeah.
thought it was a paddle.
Yeah, you guys can check this out. It's MFY After Dark, and it is literally a Twitter account dedicated to Mersuit stuff. And it is getting rave reviews. So go check that out. Everybody's been going nuts over it. Next, Fluke Husky interviewed the voice actor for Lugosi that's going to be on the English dub of Beastars on Netflix.
Hello everyone. Well, I almost fell. Welcome to my channel. My name is Fluke the Husky, and I am joined here today with none other than Jonas Scott. Jonas Scott, can I get you to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi guys. My name is Jonas Scott. I am a voice actor, and as of a couple months ago, I voiced Lugosi in Beastars.
What? Crazy, right?
Yeah,
So,
I know, right?
so if you guys are not sure about what Beastars is, it is an amazing anime, and it's coming to Netflix. I believe it's March 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Ooh, it's on a Friday the 13th? Ooh, that must say something. But, so I'm
So you guys can check that out. It's on Fluke's YouTube channel, and he's got all kinds of cute videos on his channel. He does stuff with the Two Furry Bros guys as well, I believe. So you guys can check that out. Next in the roundup is an ad for a car. I don't know why. Anyway, Northern Virginia became the 30th state in the U.S. to ban conversion therapy.
So there's still 20 left.
So there's still 20 left, plus Puerto Rico.
God damn it! So I gotta go there to fix it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Hold on. What states can fix me?
What states can
1 second.
fix you in what way?
Make me not gay.
Oh, okay. Well, while you're looking that up, we're going to look at something that's really cute.
It's going to be Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. I'm not going to say Florida anymore because I think, but maybe Florida. But then it's going to be West Virginia, 20 more, Texas.
Oh, they weren't the 30th state. They were the 20th state.
Oh, they were the 20th state?
They were the 20th state.
Oh, really? Wait a minute. Did I read that wrong?
I think so. From what I'm seeing, there's 20 states that have it banned.
Fuck, you're right. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, we can go as close as Pennsylvania to get converted. Awesome.
Oh, we can go to... Good. I
Awesome.
just need to get the gay off
But God
of
damn
me
it, I
for a
can't do
little
it
bit.
here.
Yeah. Next, by the way, I should mention really quick, Feyu in chat says there was a controversy with this game as apparently they were not paying artists. I don't actually know that, so I have no way to verify that, and I have not looked into it at all, but it's in our roundup, so maybe Google it. Next in the roundup, though, is a good boy, and he was doing motion or mocap Let me let this video play. These are the photos of it. And it was a little pupper in a little mocap costume. And this has been going all over the internet and all over Twitter. But it's a dog, and he looks so happy inside the little mocap costume. But it was for research at University of Portsmouth. They were looking at like how dogs move and walk. And you can actually take a look here. I think it'll show you in a second what it looks like, so that they could get like images of the bone structure. And I don't actually know what it was for, but it's really cute. And he seemed real.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
I'm upset that they didn't put motion cap things on their tail, his tail.
Yeah, they didn't capture the tail. Actually, that is interesting. Yeah, they didn't. I don't know. I don't know. They might have been just doing it for like walk cycle stuff or something like that. I'm not
I know,
sure.
but the tail is a part of walk cycle.
Tails, I feel like, are easy enough to animate.
It just says capturing canine movement for a student project. Yeah, so it was canine movement, I guess. But you think
A
the
tail
would
is
be
still
part of that.
movement.
Yeah, a tail's part of that. See, leave it to furries to figure this out. You fucked up. You gotta get the tail. Gotta get that curl. Anyway, next. BBC Studios has now become the next investor in Pocket Casts. So I've mentioned this before, and the reason I bring this up, I know it might not be relevant to some of you, but I figure, if somebody's listening to this, you probably listen to other podcasts. Pocket Casts is a podcast client that has put a lot of effort into keeping the whole ecosystem of podcasting very open. Podcasting is based on an open platform. Anybody can create a podcast. Anybody can make podcasts. It's just a basic template on here's how to do code, and anybody can do it. But Spotify, and it's not just Spotify, there's one other, have been doing some really sketchy stuff where they're like possibly releasing exclusive content, like sort of like how Netflix has like exclusive shows that you can only get on Netflix. They're doing that with podcasting. And as that gets more and more popular, outlets like NPR and BBC World Service and BBC Studios and American Public Media and CBC and all of these different organizations that are now making money on podcasting and public media, they've gotten a little nervous about it because it's like, hey, we don't want Spotify to take over this entire fucking platform. We really depend on it being open the way it is. And so they've all been investing in these apps that actually give a fuck about the ecosystem of podcasting, and Pocket Cast is one of them. By the way, highly recommend Pocket Cast. It's an awesome app, and now they've gotten the blessing of BBC Studios as well as a bunch of money. So you can check that out. Next, this was all over the Twitters, and I'm gonna try to see if I can boost the volume because it's really low in the clip. So this is the dance comp at TFF, and this fursuiter just finished dancing when this happened.
No. Testicles, 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 testicles. It is on. Trust me. I'm not that sleep deprived. Close, but I'm not that sleep deprived. Hello. 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 Testicles. 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 Now that I have your attention. Apparently. So
So, in case you don't know,
That was Matthew Ebel.
that was Matthew Ebel. And the tech for, because I'm in a bunch of like furry like AV production chats. From what I understand, this might not be exactly what happened, but the gist is Matthew Ebel was in another room over.
Yeah, he was in another ballroom.
And they fucked up on the wireless mic. And while he was supposed to be testing it, and he was trying to be funny by saying testicles, it was actually broadcasting it to the other room.
To have the fursuit dance comp was happening.
Yeah. And so here's an actual tweet from Matthew Ebel saying, "So that was me, and we were sound checking from a completely separate ballroom, unaware that the stage B mic was being broadcast to another part of the hotel. Thankfully, most people, including the performers, have been gracious and told me the instance will be remembered fondly." But everybody was just sitting there in the crowd
People
like,
thought it was a
what
part of the dance
fuck is
comp.
happening? Yeah.
Like- Like they thought it was the fursuiter's music, and then the fursuiter's like just shrugging, like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, like I don't know what this is. Anyway, so shout out to Sonic Fox, who made a tweet saying that they support Bernie and might have donated to Bernie Sanders' campaign. But you guys might know Sonic Fox. He's the crazy good gamer that's always being recognized for that.
He's not actually a fox.
Yeah, but I don't actually know.
He's a wolf.
He is a wolf?
Yes.
Oh. He said he wasn't a wolf to me in real life when I talked to him, so I don't know.
I don't talk to him in real life.
Sonic Fox, possibly a wolf. Well, anyway, People for Bernie, the official Twitter account, the activist movement, replied to him and said thank you for the contribution, and also had the clip of him.
Guess all I gotta really say is that I'm gay, black, a furry, pretty much everything a Republican hates, and the best esports player of the year, I guess. Thank you so much.
And had that clip of him on stage there at the Game Awards when he won Best Gamer of the Year. So, or Best Esports Gamer of the Year, rather. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And a bunch of people were enjoying that because the official People for Bernie Twitter account was chatting with them. So that was pretty cool. Next, poor Ink Bunny. You guys might remember that Furfinity was taken off the other week because of a DDoS. Don't worry, FA's not down. Wait, actually, I should probably verify that. Is FA down?
Yeah, because you never know.
Furfinity. Okay, good. FA's not down. Well, anyway, possibly the same person, we don't necessarily know, is now DDoSing Ink Bunny. But Ink Bunny, being very sly, was like, well, guess what? We're about to get new servers with new pipes, and we're going to be moving to 10 gigabit links on all of our servers. So even though our bandwidth graph is being maxed out right now, they should be okay. And then they updated. What better time to announce that our new main server will have a bunch more storage and faster drives and everything, and they have a whole blog post and a whole write-up on their servers and everything like that, so it was pretty cool. Next, in the roundup, there's a new type of, or similar type of chlamydia?
It's chlamydia's cousin.
Chlamydia's cousin. Kinky? Possibly.
They're not fucking.
Anyway,
you can have a cousin.
Was discovered in the deep Arctic Ocean. Newfound bacteria might shed light on how chlamydia came to infect host organisms like us. Yeah, so interesting write-up on like some of the history of chlamydia and the kind of mystery of where it came from.
Lakota gave me that to read.
Yeah, he gave it to me too. Shout out to Lakota.
Why is it in the roundup then?
Because it was in the roundup. Oh, to read? Well, you can read it. You can still read it, even if it's in the roundup. That's not a rule. Next, I might have shouted this out, but The Onion has a podcast now called The Topical.
Oh,
highly recommend it.
I love it, but I hate it.
It's so fucking good. And they, a few days ago, they posted this episode. The main part of it was a political joke. But then they moved on to this segment. So this is from the episode DNC Commits to Younger Looking Leadership. It's from that episode, which I believe was 5 days ago as of now. Well, anyway, then this happened.
Best of luck.
Here's a problem for our modern times that always gets my goat. You're walking outside, earbuds in so you can listen to music on your phone. A full moon appears from behind a cloud and suddenly your earbuds slip out and fall to the ground as you transform into a hideous snarling beast. Well, Bose may have a solution to that common nuisance with their new wireless headphones designed to remain in your ears during your transmutation into a werewolf. Here with the details is OPR's chief expert in all things technologically spooky, Andrew Dullard.
Thanks, Leslie. Bose debuted their new in-ear headphones, which they're calling WerePods, at a tech conference this week. The manufacturing company touted several features, including the soft silicone tip, which lightly seals the WerePod in place in your ear as you transmogrify into a bloodthirsty wolf monster.
And they stay in even as coarse tufts of fur sprout from the listener's ears?
That's right. The cone shape was designed to specifically keep the earphones nestled in tight while you tear through your clothes, run on all fours howling through the forest, and devour human prey.
Not too shabby.
Bose is also praising the WerePod's noise-canceling technology that can drown out even the angriest mob of townsfolk chasing after you into the shadows. Plus, they're claiming a 24-hour battery life, so you can keep rocking out from the time the moon appears in the east to when it mercifully disappears after a cursed night of terror and bloodlust.
Wow, I like everything I'm hearing so far, Andrew, but I think I speak for a lot of folks when I say the real problem is when you accidentally leave your phone behind in the pocket of your shredded pants. Even if your earbuds stay in, your favorite tunes aren't playing through them as you scuttle off into the darkness to hunt and kill.
That's an all too common problem. The WerePods have a range of roughly 100 meters, which is in line with its primary competition, Apple's WolfBuds and Sony's Howler line of over-the-ear headphones. So if you're hoping for more than the standard 100-meter failsafe as you stalk human flesh, you're out of luck.
As a distance hunter prone to leaving my phone in a pile of my torn clothes, that's a little disappointing.
Well, Bose does have one thing going for it the competitors don't. We tested the WerePods against the Apple and Sony versions and found that Bose offered the most versatility when it comes to staying in the ear of of several types of shapeshifters. Whether you're a vampire shrinking into a tiny bat or a witch transfiguring into a cat, WerePods stay put the best.
I remember when Apple introduced their Wolf Buds, there were lines down the block of fanboy lycanthropes eager to purchase the product. Has the response been similar for WerePods?
Well, I dropped by a Best Buy at the latest full moon to speak with consumers who had pre-ordered the earbuds. Here's a clip.
I tried a bunch of different headphones, but every full moon I managed to lose them. These ones are expensive, but I hope they work for me!
Sounds like a bloodbath.
It was. But I connected with the man a few days later via Twitter, and he said the WerePods were incredibly comfortable and, most importantly, stayed in place during the duration of his pursuit and eventual slaughter of the man we heard in the recording.
Sounds like a success story. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
I highly recommend subscribing to the Onions podcast. It's so good. Like, it's so...
Sounds like a bloodbath. It was.
And let's see what's left. I think that was it. That was actually the last thing in the roundup. Yeah, because the other thing I just had open was the other tab for the other thing. So that's the end of the roundup. I need like an end of roundup sound effect.
The reverse whip.
Can I play that in reverse? Oh, I think I can. Hold on. Wait, no. Can I do reverse?
That's you had the reverse whip.
No, I
did
don't.
it once.
No, it was the reverse bell. That's what he did.
Yeah, it was the reverse
Or were you
bell.
taking backup on? That was just so bad.
There we go. I can kind of do it. It's not the same. Here we go. Oh, yeah, it just fucks up with this because of the playback thing. Anyway, end of the roundup. That was it. V Werewolf just messaged me and said horny. After listening to that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Faye, it's up to you if you got news you wanna bump into, or if we wanna do break or something like that.
Sure.
Break or news? Which one?
News.
News.
Yeah, you always answer the first one.
No, I was just looking at this one article. I'm not worthy to read, but it's just actually the fact that the human body has been changing, and that the average body temperature now for humans born after the year 2000 is not 98.6.
I heard that actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, body temperature. Really? That's. Mm-hmm. I know there's like other things with the human body that are changing. Like some people are born without appendixes and stuff like that.
Oh, really? I didn't know that one.
Yeah, there's very slight
the temperature
changes.
dropped, right? Or did it go higher?
Lower. So
lower. That's what I thought.
For men, it's now for people born after 2000. It seems that the body temperature now has actually, which is always just an average anyway, but 98.6. So now they're 1.06 degrees lower. So now.
Oh wow, that's a significant amount. I was always wondering why I would come up like 98, but I'm guessing it has to do with the fact that we live pretty cozy. You know, we don't have to have such a high body heat. It's going down because we have, air conditioning.
I wonder how that affects their immune system, because like I know that's one of the reasons that bats are so dangerous to us is because of their body temperature. It has to do with their metabolism because they're the only flying mammal. Their body is essentially a breeding ground for similar types of diseases that can also infect us. And that's one of the reasons that like bats are so like they carry diseases so easily to humans. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to learn that. I don't know. Yeah.
I assume that it would make your immune system weaker.
Maybe, but
just because of the fact that like when you get a fever, that's because your body is trying to fight off the infection that you have or whatever you have. So I would assume that having a lower body temperature would make you more susceptible to stuff.
I don't know.
Well, we all know that evolution isn't real, so
you're right. It's just a coincidence.
Of course, it's just a coincidence, guys.
Just a study,
obviously. Anyway, here you go, Faye.
The Vandal Ferret exhibits behaviors previously only seen in primates. The birds are evolving.
The burbs?
The burbs are evolving.
They're evolving from burbs, maybe someday even into birds.
Some burbs are really smart, like already. They know how to use tools. Well, not necessarily tools, but I know like a lot of times if there's like a nut that like they can't open, they'll like drop it on like a street and wait for a car to run it over before they can eat it.
That's pretty cool.
That's a crow thing. Anyway, go on, Pharaoh.
That shows like the intelligence of a 3-year-old.
Of a 3-year-old? How many 3-year-olds have you... How many 3-year-olds have you seen doing things that are like that clever?
I don't know. I don't hang around with 3-year-olds ever.
That's good. That's honestly, yeah, probably for the better.
I can't even tell you the last time I've seen a 3-year-old in person.
Probably, Walmart, Wegmans, the store.
Do they bring 3-year-olds to the grocery stores? I haven't
The
seen.
grocery stores, yes.
I haven't seen it. I
Oh
don't
my
think so.
god, I hate it. It's the worst. On an airplane, maybe?
No.
No.
Anyhow, the Vandal Ferret exhibits behavior previously only seen in primates. Researchers published in Natural Communications has found that the keys can judge statistical odds based on behaviors most likely to win them snacks.
So that's literally it. They want cookies.
They're gambling birds.
Yeah. They'll like use a slot machine and get seeds.
What's like the meme gif of like the guy from, what was it? Zach Galifianakis when he's trying to calculate math in his head.
Oh yeah, and there's like math like
flying
all
all over
around
the
him.
place.
Yeah, that's a great one. I love all the furry versions of that.
There's furry versions of that?
Yeah.
Calculations.
Are you looking it up? Why are you looking it up? You know it exists.
But he wants to show it to you.
But I know what it is.
But he wants to show it to you. It doesn't matter if you've seen it.
I don't. What are you doing?
I can't spell Galifianakis. First world pain.
Honey, what's wrong? I can't spell Galifianakis. you go down and you're looking all depressed, and Kasuri's like, Faye, what's wrong?
Can't spell
I can't spell Galifianakis.
This behavior is a level of intelligence previously only observed in primates, further bolstering these parrots are one of the most intelligent species among the birds. As the only alpine parrot in the world, keys are unusual animals. A study in 2008 found that the keys were intelligent enough to use tools to disable traps meant for stoats, an invasive species, so that they could safely steal the egg lures inside. And over 30 months, they observed 227 traps that had been raided, with some boxes being hurled upside down while others were sabotaged with sticks. Like the bird on the car. In their latest achievement, a group of 6 captive keys made an educational guess in order to receive treats. According to researchers at the University of Auckland, to test this, the team drew tokens from 2 jars that had different ratios of black and orange tokens. Black tokens earned the birds an edible reward, meaning jars with a greater number of black tokens gave the keys better chance of receiving a treat. Once they picked up on this, the birds consistently chose the hand that was drawing the highest number of black tokens from the jar. This behavior didn't result in a...
yeah, I want that sick-ass shit.
This behavior unfortunately didn't result in a success rate of 100% of the time, but it showed that these parrots could assess whether these bets were best placed in pursuit of a black token. The informed decision-making demonstrates that the parrot's ability to make predictions based on statistical information.
I have something to talk about.
And it's the first time this type of behavior has seen in any other species besides mammals.
It's
or
pretty
primates, sorry.
Okay, so you ready?
I'm ready.
You know what it is, Bull. You already know.
Do I?
Yeah, because we had a huge argument about this in FurCast Telegram chat. By the way,
but I already...
By the way, join FurCast Telegram chat, FurCast FM on Telegram. It's awesome.
But there's nothing to argue because I feel like Faye's gonna agree too.
I don't know. We're gonna see. Ready? Okay, Faye. Let's hope I can explain this riddle correctly.
I feel like he knows the name of it already.
Well, I won't say the name of it. Have you heard about the riddle with the game or the game TV show game host and the doors and the goats? Have you heard about this? Okay. So TLDR goes like this. Okay, so you have 3 doors. You're on a TV game show like with a bunch of your friends, right? And you get called up. And you're like the next contestant, and you get called up, okay? And there's 3 doors. And they say, you get to choose one of the doors. And behind 2 of these doors is a goat. And behind one of the doors is a brand new car. Which one are you going to choose? And so you're like, okay, all right. And you're like, I'm going to pick that one. Okay, so you pick one. And then the host goes, okay, now I'm going to go and open one of the doors and reveal that there's a goat. Goes and opens a different door. It wasn't the one you chose. It was just one of the other doors. And turns out, yeah, well, look at that. There's a goat. And then the host says, now, do you want to choose the other door or do you want to stick with your original choice? Which one is the better option?
Well, statistically speaking, are you going by which people actually choose?
No.
If most people are going to stay, well, I would actually choose to choose a different door.
That is the correct option. You should always choose the different door. Every time. And so the way to explain this to anybody who doesn't understand it, because you're thinking like, I don't get it. Isn't there a 1/3 chance? Well, that's just it. No, actually, you have a higher chance of it being the other door, even though there's only 3. But what you can do is you can scale this up. So let's say there's 100 doors and there's 99 goats and there's 1 car, right? And let's say you pick a door and you're like, I want that door. Now you have a really shitty chance of getting this car, right? It's a 1 in 100 chance. So your odds are really bad. And then the host goes, cool. Now I'm going to open every other door except 1 and reveals all the goats except 1. So now there's the door you were going to choose, and then there's some other random door, 57 over there, that the host didn't open. Which one is the better option? Now keep in mind, you only had a 1 in 100 chance to pick the right door in the first place. So you had a really shitty chance of getting it the first time. But now the host just happens to not open door 57? Seems like it's probably a much better chance that that's actually the door because you had such a bad odd to begin with. But what's trippy is that scales down to 3 doors. Even if it's only 3 doors, it's still the same thing applies. You still have a higher probability if you change the doors. That is a famous riddle.
Doesn't seem like a riddle.
Or a famous like trick of statistics, I guess, like a lesson in statistics.
People usually go with their gut feeling for most things, and most people would assume that wouldn't change their actual original option because they're more confident in their original option.
Yeah. It's called the Monty Hall problem, by the way. But yeah.
I was expecting a riddle.
It's not really. Well, you got it the first time. That's why. I was expecting you to argue against it, but then you were better than that.
No, I'm so thankful that you didn't first bring this up on the show because I was one of the people who was confused as to why there were better odds. And I know now that that's dumb, that I didn't understand it. And I argued for a solid, 20 minutes.
Did you know that bulls can't place bets?
And I got very heated, and then I was like, wait, fuck. I'm a dumbass.
Like, do you know that I took mathematics statistics?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Calculus, pre-calculus.
I took calculus too, and I passed it.
Trigonometry.
I took college level calculus and passed it with a B, and I couldn't figure
math
out
and science are the only 2 subjects that I were 100% at. Like, I would have 99s to 100 every time.
Oh my god, no.
Every time. I could still have all my paperwork and stuff. Physics, science, mathematics, 100%.
Well, physics is just science plus mathematics.
Basically.
So it's just
chemistry is just basically mathematics.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? Everything's basically mathematics.
Yeah, that's true.
The equalizer is mathematics.
You can put mathematics in everything.
Mathematics
I
is
understand
everything.
that. I know. It's the universal constant. It really is. You can't really fight math, you know?
Well, you can.
No. You can't. Math is quantity. You can't argue quantity.
No, but you can always make new equations.
Well, you can argue how to interpret math, though. And that is what most, like quantum physics, for instance, is all about that, where you have equations that work, but how you interpret them is
quantum physics is actually based off of the fact that none of the actual laws applied from physics into quantum.
Well, right, but there are models that we have that fit certain things and don't fit other things, and so that's kind of the whole thing. Is it's like, the math part of it works, but does that mean it works in real life? It doesn't.
Well, you could still invent new math. You can be that mind.
Bull math.
That's so crazy. I feel like it would have been so much fucking easier to be like coming up with new shit in like the 1600s when there was nothing figured out yet.
I mean, the traveler salesman problem for computers and algorithms. The traveling salesman,
I don't know that.
the fastest route between multiple points without ever going back to a single point. That was one of the biggest problems in computer engineering, which has already been solved. Basic algorithms.
I'm so lost. I'll be honest. I'm so lost. I don't know what's being talked about.
Math.
I wish I had something to contribute, but I'm just sitting here dumb.
I'll get you a calculator.
Here you go. Figure it out. Just throws a calculator at
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Solve it.
Don't make me do math. I can't do math. I can do math, but I was the kid that memorized the math well for the class, and then it just and was gone.
So you're book smart.
No, I'm not anymore.
He
Temporarily.
was saying that he only memorized in the time being to pass.
It was in my short-term
Right,
memory.
but that's what I mean is like there are like some people are really good at academics. Like they're very good at studying and learning and testing.
That's book smart.
Yeah.
No, there's book smarts and street smarts, but you're getting the book smarts wrong. That's not what book smarts is.
Really?
No.
How is it not?
Book smarts is when you've retained the knowledge of the books.
Oh, yeah, I guess if you're talking about the retaining part of it.
I'm a lot more street smart than I am book smart, but I'm not even street smart. I'm just not smart.
Yeah, you are.
I feel like I'm smart.
I feel like you couldn't haggle well.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
You just said you were street smart.
I'm not an asshole street smart. I know that haggling is like a bad thing.
No, it's not.
What is it? Wait, hold on.
Oh
Okay,
my
This
god.
is why I have Urban Dictionary on my phone.
You're not
Okay.
street smart.
Bull. Do you know what haggling is? Can I explain haggling to you? Bull.
Wait, he's looking it up. Let him search.
Dispute or bargain persistently, especially over the cost of something.
Okay, so haggling is very common in some instances
Barter.
and in some cultures, but it's like barter. So the idea is, let's say you walk into a shop and there's a price on something.
Oh, I did that in Mexico.
And it
I
says-
did really well at that.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
we went to one of those tourist trap areas in Mexico, and I was doing that
Yeah,
shit.
and there'd be like a price on something, but
And
then
I'd be
some
like,
guy
"That's
walks up to you
bullshit."
and he's like, "Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll get you that for $15."
You're like,
and then you have, and then you
I'm
have
just
to
gonna go to
like,
the other shop.
Yeah, I'd be like, there are other shops that have this cheaper. I was like, if I don't spend it on this, I'm not gonna spend it on anything like this, or I'm just gonna go. And then
I see, you're partially street smart.
see,
You just don't know that
no,
you're...
I knew it
you're-
without even knowing the term. It's in me. It's ingrained in me. I don't even need to know the term. I know what I'm doing.
It's fucking superpower he doesn't even know he has.
It just comes naturally to me. Natural born asshole.
Natural born asshole.
That's how I came out.
Ferrets are smart.
I feel like you're shorter today. I feel like your chair is lower.
Shorter.
Yeah, his chair is lower than normal. I feel
don't-
like somehow, just like a little bit,
I
just by a little bit. I don't know.
I'm already short.
He doesn't seem any shorter than
No,
him.
not him. The chair. It's one of those
But like
adjustable.
I'm saying, I'm looking across at him, and it doesn't look any different than it's ever been before.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. Am I like I haven't
Maybe your
adjusted-
chair's up higher.
Maybe you got
it
taller.
isn't. It isn't because I adjust my chair based on the armrest going under the table.
Okay. Maybe you just have better posture today.
I feel like K is
Maybe
the
I have
most
better-
insulting.
I don't know.
I hate receiving Ks more than I hate receiving actual insulting remarks in response to things. If I say something to you and you say something insulting to me back, I'll be like, okay, yeah, fair. But if someone says K, it's just infuriating. There's something about it.
I feel judged.
Yeah. Really? It's just
Like, I already get to hear everyone say, "Oh, I expect you to be so much taller in real life when they see me." And then when I get in suit, I'm somehow shorter than I when I'm not in suit. Okay.
what do you hunch?
No.
So this is my favorite Telegram sticker. It is literally just a gravestone that says K.
I hate it.
I use it so much. It is my favorite fucking Telegram sticker because somebody just says something fucking dumb and you're just like,
Nico just sent me
K.
a fucking K.
He sent you a K. Thank you, Nico.
I love you, Nico. I was gonna say I fucking hate you, Nico, but that's not true. God damn it.
Wow, Nico's not here because he's also fucking somebody. It's great. I feel like all of our friends.
We don't know if they're fucking.
I don't know. I feel like everybody ditched our show.
No way.
to
No
fuck.
way.
Which
Does
I
he
don't
have
blame them.
FurCast on while he's fucking someone?
Says a lot about us.
I feel like a lot of people would actually.
Really?
Yeah. I know a few people who have, so.
Really? I feel
Yeah,
like
which
I
is kinda
couldn't-
weird. I don't-
I feel like I couldn't have a podcast playing while I was fucking with
Some
someone.
people really like to have like background noise, like they like to have the TV on while they fuck, which is, fine, I guess.
I know, but we're not like TV. We're not.
I know we're shitty.
Hey, Nika, I see your penis.
Nico,
Put it away.
put that dick away.
Maruski, put your dick away.
Well, Maruski's not listening, I don't think. But,
Nico, is your dick out right now? Tell me. Tell me. I gotta know.
Another news article. An algorithm has created every possible musical melody so that no one can ever sue again for copyright infringement.
I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
Well, if you actually create every possible musical melody and then make it Creative Commons, no one can actually sue then because of it.
Well, for the melody, sure, but
Yeah.
generally people are suing over other aspects of the copyright, not just the melody.
Most of the time it was the melody.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah, I know that. I just mean it's not all of it. There's like other weird things like sound effects or riffs or whatever.
No, I feel like even the what was the most famous one? It's the Ice Ice Baby.
Oh,
And,
Ice Ice Baby and Under Pressure.
Under Pressure.
Do 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 do.
Doon, 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 doon,
We're gonna get a copyright strike. Don't do that.
doon, 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 doon.
I saw this one playlist, a Spotify playlist. It was a meme. It was called Russian Roulette, and it had like 5 Under Pressures and 1 Ice Ice Baby.
Very nice.
I know, very nice.
Reminds you of the 4-chord song.
Oh, I love that song. I actually know something you referenced, Pharaoh.
That's a surprise. I'm actually
I know.
blown away.
I know. I'm blown away too. I'm so happy.
We're finally getting you in touch with society again
Again. What do you mean again?
for the first time.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel so enlightened.
That you should. If it wasn't for us, you'd know nothing.
No, I would just know significantly less.
Basically nothing.
Yeah.
You need to pull up the 4-chord song.
Just read an article.
I am reading it. It's about melodies, the 4-chord song.
I know. I don't need to pull it up.
Well, Bull knows it, but how does half of our audience know it?
They can look
If
it up.
I know it, it's highly likely.
I don't know.
You don't know? You have that much faith in me?
No, I have that much faith in us teaching you shit. Whereas
You guys didn't teach me that. I knew that one.
It's hard to say.
What do you mean it's hard to say? It's completely true. Granted, I was shown it by someone else. Like, I didn't just stumble across it. Were you shown by someone else, or did you just stumble across it?
I was watching them when they made it. Like,
Okay. That's fair.
they have more than just that song, too.
Okay, I get
Do you
it.
know their other songs?
I don't even know who they are. I just know the song.
Can you pull up 4-chord song just so we know that the Bull is actually
No.
referencing the same thing that we are?
No.
Because I can't ask him to look it up. I'm asking you to look it up.
Paradox is getting impatient.
If you would just look it up, things would move on as I would read the article.
Paradox is moving his clock.
Looks like
I don't
he
know
is-
why he's doing that.
But look at him now as he checks his phone. It looks like he's looking at Twitter notifications.
He's given up.
There's more coronavirus cases near us.
Oh, that's exciting.
Wow. Dick.
Challenge mode. It's just getting harder. They're ramping up the difficulty. This is wave 2.
Well, actually, funny story on that.
Yeah.
Like, Kasuri knew that there was actually 14 different cases in this area.
Mm-hmm.
based off because she does nursing practicing, and they just didn't release it to the media yet.
Oh, they covered it up?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Because
I love being on a college university at this time.
Because guess what? All the ones that they just released from Italy that were in our area have to be retested in 14 days to actually make sure.
Oh, okay.
So they may have just unquarantined those people with not having the virus, but it might not have been formed enough to actually pose a positive test.
Oh, that's really cool. I love how they did that. That's really nice.
There was some dude who was like supposed to be self-quarantine, and then he was just like, oh, I'm just going to go to a party. And then just went to some house party. And it was just like, oh, thanks, dude. Like, glad the virus was easy for you.
I told Zed that if I get it, I'm licking his doorknobs.
Oh, no. Bringing back the ding-dong lick.
It's terrible.
Hey, it's gonna get him. If you get it, you get out of work for free.
That's the thing. That's deadly now. I love it.
Well, they'll even test you for free. Free healthcare, finally.
Yeah.
Socialized medicine. Coronavirus, here we come.
You know those college university programs that are teaching you like, oh, you don't know what's in the jungle juice, and now it's just coronavirus.
If anybody gets coronavirus, please don't endanger others.
Especially red wolves.
In my new job, pretty much we get shipments in from China. And literally people in the docking bay were like, is that a booger? Does that look like a Chinese booger to you?
It's terrible.
What?
That is
what
terrible.
differentiates a Chinese booger from a regular booger?
What's great is Maruski, who is Asian, was at the
booger.
mall. Was at the mall, and Maruski.
I can't get over that phrase.
Maruski was just having this moment where he was just like, "Oh, if I sneeze right now, it's gonna freak people the fuck out." He's like, "I have so much power,
Asian advantage.
I have so much control. I can." And I also love John Oliver's piece on it, where he was just like, so anyway, here's your guidelines for coronavirus. Step 1, don't be racist. Just general good life advice.
That's a good one.
Yep. Anyway.
New music is actually, I'm not going to read this one yet. I'm going to go over to this other article. Miracle. Coronavirus passes over house with Chick-fil-A sauce smeared on doors.
I don't know if that's how that works, but I'm glad it
Well,
did.
now it's going to be the house owners licking their doorknobs.
That Chick-fil-A sauce, though.
I've heard it's really good. I've never had Chick-fil-A.
Is this more common on how Chick-fil-A sauce just kills everything, or is this...
Wait, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
Kills everything. What?
No, it just kills the coronavirus.
What if it did?
Well,
That'd be like a cartoon episode plot.
Well, it's probably got, like, Jesus semen in it.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably why. Yeah.
It's like, you know, you have wine as Jesus' blood, and Chick-fil-A sauce is basically...
Jesus jizz.
Yeah.
I mean...
It's thick. It's creamy.
It's thick.
It's thick, it's juicy, it's white. You know, that's how they make the
I
chicken.
don't think it's white.
Oh, the sauce? Oh, not the sauce. I meant the chicken.
In the U.S., the CDC is suggesting a lot of weird ways to avoid contracting the coronavirus, such as washing your hands and not licking doorknobs. These methods sound way too science-y, so we were immediately suspicious of them.
Clever.
Sure enough, it seems the best way to avoid getting infected is supernatural. May have found that if you paint Chick-fil-A sauce all over your doorposts, the virus will pass right over you and your household.
It's the second Passover.
So how do we know this? Is my question. Like, where do they get... How?
Researchers seems to indicate that the angel of the coronavirus passes through each town and city every night and looks for a telltale sign that you are one of God's elect. Chick-fil-A sauce.
Is this an Onion article?
Is this fake?
It's totally fake. It's mocking the Passover tradition. At first, I was confused. I was like, where the fuck is this coming from?
You know, there's a lot of news articles that we read that are fake that found out that are not fake. Were actually real. So, like...
There's no way this is real.
There's no way that someone took Chick-fil-A sauce and painted it around their door.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
That's what gets you as strange.
See, I hate it because I know there are definitely people who are religious enough, brand faithful enough,
Brand faithful.
and dumb enough to do that.
Not even religious, brand faithful enough.
Yeah, no, for real. If you like believe that,
I'm gonna put that Szechuan sauce from McDonald's over on our doors.
Well, if they are like Chick-fil-A is the only like fast food business or whatever that's still doing
they're
it
one
right.
of those they're one of those brand loyalty people. Like that brand can never hurt them.
Yes.
They're just like, oh well, I only buy the Heinz ketchup, and I'll only ever buy a Samsung phone, and I only ever get the Chick-fil-A sauce. I don't like any other sauces.
It's better. Those are the correct sign of being one of Chick-fil-A's people are passed over, while those without the sign are visited immediately and immediately infected. We have no explanation, said one so-called scientist. This must be some kind of miracle. The scientist said that they tried other substances such as liberal tears, hand sanitizer, essential oils, but only Chick-fil-A sauce proved 100% effective at staving off the angel of the coronavirus.
Essential oils. Fucking Karen.
I like liberal tears.
Liberal tears.
At publishing time, President Trump has vowed to lead the nation's Christians away from the coronavirus-infested country and into the promised land where there are hardly any diseased people at all. Turns out to be Greenland.
Wow.
I'm completely fine with Trump leading everyone that follows him to Greenland. They can have it. I'm sorry, Greenland.
Sorry, Greenland.
You could come down to the U.S. and live in a nice, peaceful world then.
It'll be just as liberal as Greenland is now. Just as leftist.
What do you call
Greenland?
some?
Hey, Greenland, we moved your left over here. That was so that we could put all the right
rights
over there. Because we figured that Greenland's on the right of the U.S.
And then
So-
they're close. Then Trump's
Yeah.
closer to his European rival. What's his name? The floof face.
Oh, Floof, whatever the fuck his name is. The other Cheeto guy.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody knows who I'm talking about.
The British Cheeto.
Boris, Brexit man.
The British Cheeto. Would that be a chip? The British chip?
British Cheeto.
The cheese chip?
I just love that idea. It's like, oh, Greenland was on the right, so we figured we'd put the right over there, and then the U.S. was on the left, so we'd put the left over there, and then we just kind of solved that problem. Sorry, Greenland.
Didn't Mike Pence get infected with the coronavirus?
No, but there was such a great video clip of like the whole press conference where they were like, oh, we're gonna put Mike Pence in charge, and then somebody put the Contagion movie soundtrack in the background while he was like shaking people's hands and everything. It was fantastic. I'll have to see if I can pull up that clip later. It was
I
so
didn't
good.
even hear about that. That sounds.
Oh, it was so good. They put the Contagion, like during, like while Trump was speaking, they put the Contagion soundtrack. Oh, God. God.
Anyway, back to the musical. An algorithm has created every possible music melody so no one can ever sue again for copyright infringement. New music is no longer a thing, thanks to a pair of lawyers who created an algorithm to write every single musical melody that could possibly exist in human creation.
The lawyers.
The lawyers.
Not like random computer scientists, not like, oh, this is my thesis project, but like a bunch of lawyers are like, we're sick of this shit.
Yeah, we're so tired of this
We're done.
subjective shit.
How do you do
Was it
this
boozy?
computer stuff?
It might have been boozy.
It's just boozy.
If it says PA, it's boozy. Right, every single musical melody that could possibly exist. Rather than claiming all music as their personal property, however, the duo have released the entire catalog of tunes into the public domain in hopes that it will bring an end to copyright lawsuits. Lawyer, musician, and programmer Damian Rowell. That's a lot of things.
Wow.
Got a lot of shit with his life.
That's a lot of. Is he a furry too?
It wouldn't surprise me.
DJ.
DJ.
See, actually, does it say that?
No, it says lawyer, musician, and programmer.
Okay.
And Mercer.
Damian Rowell came up with the idea after realizing that all singer-songwriters are essentially walking on a melodic minefield.
Yeah.
It's a good show title.
Yeah. Melodic Minefield.
That's a good FNT.
That is a good FNT show title. I'll have to think about that.
Melodic minefield.
Because there are only a finite number of melodies that can actually exist. As such, with each new song that gets written, the chances of creating something genuinely unique decreases, and the possibility of writing a melody that has already been recorded by someone else increases. In the recent TED Talks, Rel explains that this wouldn't be a problem if it weren't for the ridiculous nature of copyright laws, which state that a piece of music becomes copyrighted the moment it is recorded. Even worse, it is possible to be sued for a subconscious infringement, whereas an artist may have had to pay a settlement to another artist even though they claim to have never heard the song that they were accused in copying. Yay. I hate copyright infringement anyway. It's the most stupidest thing. It's what's going to be the fall of YouTube. Anyhow, Rel states...
Oh, I wasn't done. Sorry. Whoops.
Rel cites numerous such cases relating how George Harrison was found guilty of the subconscious infringement after the chorus to his song My Sweet Lord was deemed to be too similar to the track called He's So Fine by the Chiffons.
There's so many examples of this. If anybody needs a good video essay on this, there's a short film which used to be in a bunch of parts, but now it's been combined all into one, called Everything is a Remix. And it's really good, and it goes over everything from the history of copyright law to where things are going, gives a bunch of examples. It's really cool. Highly recommend it. Everything is a Remix. I think it's like a 20 or 30-minute thing.
Another example, Radiohead were forced to name a group called The Hollies as co-writers of their song Creep, which apparently included the melody that was also appears in one of the later band's songs. To try and bring an end to such cases, Rel teamed up with the Noah Rubin to create an algorithm that could produce every 12-note melody that has ever been written or can ever be written using 1 octave of musical notes. The algorithm uses the same brute force technique that hackers use when attempting to steal passwords, by essentially generating every single possible combination of characters and musical notes.
It's pretty brilliant. I don't know
because as soon as it's recorded, it's actually copyrighted. A total of 68 billion melodies were generated, which are now all available at allthemusic.info. Can you pull that up?
I heard some of them are really bad.
Well, yeah, it's not all of them are going to be good.
Just make music. Oh, he did like a TED... Yeah, that's awesome. Creative Commons 0. Get the melodies. Let's see here. Loading. Oh, God. Oh, goodness. 600 gigs.
Wow.
I'm not doing that. That's... No, thank you. That's pretty cool, though. Excellent questions. Yes, allthemusic.info. What have you made? Why are you doing this? Recover a lot. Yeah, that's pretty neat. And there's a whole FAQ page on how they did it and everything.
Go back down.
Well, what do you want to see?
Where there was the keys. No, go down. Where the keys, the keyboard keys.
I'm down here?
Yes, up a little higher. This far was created and are in the process of generating the following: major octave length 12, minor octave length 12, chromatic octave length 10, major minor 13 pitches length 10.
What are your goals? All the Music Project has several goals, some mathematical, some philosophical, and mostly legal. We discussed them below.
Mostly legal.
Help songwriters make more music. How might this make a difference? Wow, that's really neat. So there you go. You guys can check that out.
So the pair urges the algorithm highlights how musical melodies are essential, just numbers arranged in a particular order, and since numbers can't be copyrighted, music should also not be constrained by the infringement laws. No song is new, Noah said, and I have exhausted the data set, explains Rel. Noah and I have made all the music to be able to allow future songwriters to make all of the music.
There you go.
Actually, that's awesome. Impressive.
I'll be right back. I need a cough.
All right.
Do you want water?
No, I'm all good. Drink? Oh, no. Yeah, thanks for keeping the coronavirus away from us.
Got you.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to go on break?
Was it a good time?
I should probably go on music break. All right, that means you guys are listening to FurCast live on XBN, and we'll be back after a quick 10 to 15 minute music break.
You're listening to FurCast.
Support for FurCast comes from Patreon users, including Shaymon the Photon Wizard, Phaon, Energize the Wolf, Sweetie Darling, Barnaby Fox, Frost Blaze, Anu Fox, Omega Zai, Mullock the Generic Brown Wolf, Cypher the Heckmutt, X the Fox, Binary Paws, Fireline Coyote, Trinity Werefox, Lord Head Cheese, Biohazard, Code Yax, Fiasco, Tukey Ree, Lieutenant Fox, Calypso Collie the Fluffy Trucker, Mellow Wolf, Doxy, Zoopy the Barcode Kitty, Arceus the Tiny Tiger, Alta Shep, Cypher the Protogen, Meru Snowmew, D Otter, Ski Sharp, Nerd Hoof, Nether Lynx, Frost Wolgon, Jeb M16, Static the Scrap Goat, Taru the Yellow-Nosed Doggo, Cronas, Jax the Husky, Fuzzy the Fox, A Certain Horse, and Gaia Wellen.
Additional support comes from social media. Twitter users, Commander Wolf 3, Kazro Fox, XSS Fox, Drop Table Foxes, Perp House Tier, Anti-Blue Fox, Cody Boopers, Neth Goot Rat, Trash Danny, Onyx Fox 23, BBQ Skunk, Rivik Wolf, John Crescent, Kaz the Dreg, Nate Blueberry 13, Val Platagon, Jared Tamanya, Ziv Fox, Cyrus SL, The Other Commander Wolf on Twitter at FurWolf99, Brother Rat on Twitter at Ratus Spiritus, Zelig on Twitter at Stealthy Dragon, 12 on Twitter at The Lion Thing, Shua on Twitter at Pulsing Panther, Coda Winter on Twitter at DakotaWolf12, Telegram user, Sorcerer Dale, YouTube channel, Joe G. Bear, and the following websites: macrowolf.com, hurryhoo.com, hack13.me, superdwarf with anthrolynx.net, donutwolf at wolflabs.org, and Devin P. Parlett with furryhockeyleague.com.
Additional support for FurCast comes from Shisha Sheppy, Who's a Good Boy? Record not found in Table Foxes with primary key Dark Fox DK. For head bases and 3D printed goods, commission Tar Paw Studios at Alice Tar on Telegram. Silver Moonshine, maker of fluffy tails. Fisk McTaggart, will draw for food. Find me on Telegram at Fisk Feline. Theix the Fulf, who says, greetings from South Africa. At AlecGator300 on Twitter, creating pixel arts and being a filthy hybrid since 2012. Tantru, with World and Rue View, providing fandom news since 2015. Spurigs, one of the only Ethiopian wolf degenerates in all of furry land. Kilo the Proto-Yote, who says, Jessie is the best kitty. Cody Big Cat, you know what they say about lions with big paws? We have big hearts. Light and Shadow the Wolves, keep furry possum. Patty, who says, what Socks says is true. Socks, who says, what Patty says is not true. For an invite to the unofficial FurCast Minecraft server, message at Sasha Hyena on Telegram. Shaktro, who says, have you heard? I like to raise the stakes. It's unbelievable. Hayes, who says, hoofs before woofs, Paradox. KobeCats.com. Take a bite out of art. We know you're hungry, so come get your paws and maws on a delicious piece of burger-priced art. Ryko's furry fortune-telling at its finest. On Telegram at Obsidian Fox. Saucy Fox, who says, I'm trash. Raccoons, HMU. Sheathed Studios, making pen and paper role-playing games for the furry fandom at sheathedstudios.com. Checkers the Dragon, chess is my safe word. Fishmeister Cod, still not a furry since February 2011. Nightly at snouts.online, who says, I want to see this community grow beyond meets and conventions. Permanent furry commune, when? Max Shepard, who's been watching since the Bacon Felony, Little_Sunshine, and Scoo Taloo with the unofficial XBN Xbox app at patreon.com/horseapps. FurCast's #1 wimpy fan, Tyler the Wesky. Shaki, the Maid Lord of Nordic FuzzCon. Visit the Maid Cafe at Nordic FuzzCon in Sweden. Chris Tale on FA, specializing in Toonie art. The Church of Yiswar, worshipping Lynx since the year Tuft. SkyCorp, creating transformative technologies for mature audiences at skycorp.global. Discookie, creating procedural beatmaps for VR rhythm games. Kranos, who says Sergals are quite friendly and nice actually. Meds the Fox, and Mississippi Anthropomorphics. Join us on Telegram at MSAnthro. Techwin, TC Fox, and Kaiwana of the Infosec Den in Wellington, New Zealand. At Grundy the Goat on Telegram, who says, shout out to all New Zealand furs. Sylvan Scott, Grey Muzzle, Sorta Writer, and Tabletop Gamer on Fur Affinity as Sylvan, with size-related stories and other speculative fiction. Shadowclaw Studios, check out our Facebook page for links to our gaming streams. The Feline Support Alliance, with a New Year's revelation. Why is fur cats hosted by dogs? Why is it, Paradox? We're all around you. Why? Check it Airlines, we always land on our feet. Silvergatomon at patreon.com/silvergatomon. Cheetah Paws for a daily dose of bulgy arts. Support him at patreon.com/Cheetah Paws.
And a very special thanks to Blaze Fusky and Decibel Fox. Support for FurCast comes through Patreon, PayPal, cash donations, and from listeners like you. To become a patron and learn more about supporting FurCast, visit furcast.fm/donate.
This is XBN.
This is indeed XBN. You're listening to FurCast Live. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far tonight. This episode of FurCast is sponsored by twintailcreations.com. You can go to twintailcreations.com and you can get awesome silicone products and toys and things and fun things and cute things too. They are sponsoring this episode because they want to get their name out. They make high-quality, durable, carefully made stuff for reasonable prices. They come in pretty colors. You can also ask for things custom. You can even tell them to surprise you, which is pretty cool. They claim to have excellent customer service, and when they say that, they mean that actually they're also part of our community and they're in our chat room. So if you guys ever do have any issues, you can always talk to us and we'll talk to them. And you have an issue? What's the issue?
You still haven't posted the content of me at the booth.
Yeah, I haven't. I still have to get that off the camera. Or it's off the camera. I just have to decode it. It was on a Blackmagic camera, so I have to convert the Blackmagic camera. Anyway, you can go to twintailcreations.com and you can use the coupon code REDWOLF or the coupon code BLUEFOX. As I get the graphic up, to save 15% on their silicone products. I should also mention that they do ship discreetly in brown boxes. The return label says TTC LLC, the credit card transaction says TTC LLC, and when they ship internationally, the customs paperwork just says silicone sculptures. And love is poured into every mold. It's my favorite line. Let me see what else is in there. And fans are encouraged to reach out. So if you guys ever do have stuff, we actually did have a couple people who have tweeted at us with that stuff and then said, hey, got my Twin Tails stuff, and we retweeted it and stuff like that. So it's cool. So yeah. Anyway, thank you to Twin Tails.
You're like every free photographer at a con that takes pictures of fursuiters and then never edits them and just.
Well, I don't take pictures of fursuits at cons.
I know you don't. I'm just comparing you to that same feeling.
Well, I published all my MFF photos, just not. I was playing around. It was a test camera. It was not my camera. I don't own a Blackmagic camera. It was Revit.
I want my dildo footage.
I'll pull it off my machine at some point. I just gotta.
You keep saying that.
It's a pain in the ass because I have to open DaVinci and I have to convert the files and everything. Anyway, do we still want to go on a music break or are we're good?
Thought we were on a music break.
We are. I was in between. I was just gonna be me doing the sponsor and then I was gonna cue the track, but then you guys started talking. So. It's okay.
I mean, all I said was the word dicks.
We're still on music break. Welcome back. That was me being excited with a reverb plugin for some reason. Anyway, welcome back. How's it going? Anyway.
What? What's that?
I don't know what that was. It's me having fun with the reverb.
Oh.
Yep. It's a cave every once in a while.
We're in a cave?
Yeah. Just in case we need it. Sometimes it's nice.
Now what is it?
I don't know. It's like a bathroom or something.
If this is how a bathroom sounds...
Shower.
Shower?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like a
yeah,
shower.
I feel that.
I feel like it could be a shower. Here, we'll mix some in there. There we go.
Like get some water dripping in the background, some water dripping noises.
Do you have water soundtrack?
Let me see. Hold on.
It'll make our singing
shower soundtrack.
It'll make our singing sound better.
Let me see.
No, you got your shower soundtrack.
No, I feel like I don't know. 1 hour delicious water drip. Let me just see. Let's see here.
Weather update. It's raining.
Yep, I feel like this.
Yeah, because that's how I shower.
Yeah, they need a shower
What?
soundtrack.
I didn't know it was supposed to be a shower.
We said shower and get some water dropping sound effect like shower. There we go.
There we go. So how's it going, guys? Yeah, this is
Oh man, really nice that we converted the studio. I feel very
FurCast in the bath.
FurCast in the bathroom.
That is
Yeah.
FurCast in the bath.
In the bath? Well, unless you have a shower stall, which we do. You do. I do.
Second floor does.
That's true. It does.
I've always wanted a gang shower.
A gang shower?
Yeah, I feel like that's like the ultimate
Is it like a gangbang?
I feel like a gang shower is like the ultimate like furry end game. Like
Oh, you turn off the water.
like yeah, I turned it off. It was getting a little too steamy in here.
Oh god, it's getting cold now.
Yeah, well, don't turn the fan on then.
What the hell's a gang shower? Is that like a gangbang?
I'm guessing
in the
it's just
shower?
a shower that's big enough to fit multiple people.
Like a locker room shower where it's like multiple shower heads open on
So yes,
a wall.
it is a shower big enough to gangbang.
Yeah.
To
But
answer your
I feel like
question.
that's like the furry end game though, because I don't know. I'm always in the shower with like 3 or 4 people. What? You're looking at me.
3
weird.
or 4 people
Yeah,
in
I've
a
done-
single little shower?
Yeah, it's
What?
fun.
It doesn't seem fun to me.
It's fun. I mean, it's probably a health and safety risk, but it's fun.
Like
I
one
take a shower
person?
to get washed usually. So
Like
it's
one
Well, I do
person?
too, but once in a while
I'd
when
be
you're with
upset if there was like 3 people in the shower with me trying to get washed at the same time.
Best
because then
kind
it's
of
like
shower.
you're like soaps are gonna get in your eyes, and you're like trying to get underneath the faucet, and then you have to switch positions to actually get like your hair wet. Nah, not for me.
You know what would solve that? Gang shower.
No, the best kind of shower is 2 people in the shower, you and someone else.
Shower sex doesn't work.
I
not
disagree.
talking-
I disagree with that.
I'm not saying
Okay.
shower sex.
Okay,
I'm
here we
saying
go. Planned shower sex doesn't work. But shower sex when it randomly happens is really nice because when that happens, that means both of you are in that mood at that time. You don't have to worry about cleaning up. And yes, standing up and having sex is a little uncomfortable, but sometimes when you're just like, oh my God, I love you, pin you to the wall, have shower sex,
I
it's
can't
kinda
come
nice.
while standing up.
It's kind of nice. See, oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I can. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. So like you
Doesn't
and
feel good. I feel like I don't know.
like I feel like one person and another person, like 2 people, and you like you're just talking with each other, and you still have enough room to do what you want to do. Like
How many people have you pinned to the wall to fuck in a shower?
It's probably been a fair few.
Not that many.
It's not easy pinning someone to a wall in the shower. Like, once if you slip, they're dead.
Dead?
They're gonna fall, hit their head on this faucet, and then you have a dead body in your shower.
No.
Great,
no.
the cleanup's easy, but at that point in time, what the fuck?
No, I feel like the worst they do is like.
I think as soon as you start picking up someone else in a shower, it's like catastrophic.
No, what
there
I
could be a
want-
catastrophic failure.
What I'm imagining as being like the worst case scenario is they fall and break like their ankle or like
You'll
their
break your dick, too.
or like their chin like hits the edge of the tub on their way down and it kind of like they lose some teeth. That but I don't think death. I don't think they die. Definitely could be a lot of pain though. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
But yeah, I like being
It's like
in the shower.
taking like the wet sign, like, you know, like slippery when wet, to the extreme. Like, everyone sees those signs like in an aisle or something, and they're like, I'm not gonna worry about it. And people fall the fucking time.
So then just get a floor mat for your shower. Just get one of those little like no slip mats.
I feel like there's nothing that's no slip.
What do you mean nothing that's no slip? If it's rubber, if it's like the stuff that's got like the little like
Well, yeah, but
gaps
if
in
you're
it,
using J-Lube, though, I mean, if you got J-Lube in your shower and you're using that to fuck your partner, it's on your hand, it's on the wall, it's on everything, which normally...
Hold on. You are saying to yourself...
J-Lube can make cars slip on the road.
Hold on. You are saying, unplanned shower...
That actually happened, by the way.
I know. There was car accidents caused by J-Lube.
Yeah, one of my friends, I'm not going to shout his name out.
So you're saying that...
They spilled J-Lube all over the driveway because his bag fell out of a car.
Uh-huh.
And so they tried to hose it down and they thought they got rid of it. And then some car came around the corner and slipped on it. And there was no damage or anything. But the car was just like the tire like spun out.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, J-Lube is for veterinary use, guys. It's for animals.
Wink.
Wink.
But yeah, like in the shower with one other person, like you're talking, you're able to like soap each other off. You can just talk, have a nice little time with each other. I like
Like
it.
that scene, like with most point, like no one's picking someone up with their back is against the wall.
Oh yeah, no,
to
not
fuck.
picking someone up.
There's no way. That's not a shower. That's not possible in the shower. That is a fabricated lie.
Well, yeah. All lies are fabricated.
Oh, look at this.
It's very redundant.
Pharaoh, look at this image of a Chacket taking a shower. So this is even more difficult. You think your shower sex is challenging?
They have more legs to balance.
Yeah,
what are you talking
and look
about?
how fucking small that
That
is.
glass, I would not be safe.
I would not trust that glass.
I would not trust glass like that. There's no way I would put my hands against glass and then get fucked against it.
Hold on, where is this?
Hold on,
That's Death Trap right there.
It's in Mercast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Mercast.
That's a
chat.
Death Trap.
Yeah, he's referring to this. This is what that's. Come on, look at this glass. Like no.
Oh no!
No way. That is so
no,
unsafe.
no.
That's not how you do
Bad,
that.
bad, bad.
What are you doing? Who is a short tail? Don't do that short tail. That's dangerous.
I find it
Anyway.
funny that whenever some kind of topic is talked about, you know that someone's on FA typing "check it" and then whatever it is we're talking about.
Pretty much. That's what. Who posted that?
That's what
Patrick posted.
I
all the
actually
time.
really like the shower noises. They're a nice. I don't know. It's really nice background noise.
Yeah.
It just sounds good. It makes me happy.
So anyway.
Jiffy Lube is not the same as J Lube.
Jiffy Lube. No. Mm-mm.
I imagine like peanut butter.
Wait, isn't Jiffy Lube like the car oil brand?
Yes.
What I imagined was peanut butter, like peanut flavored lube. That's what I imagined. Like
Yeah.
Jiffy. I mean, no, it's.
There- I mean, there is-
there's Jif and there's Skippy. There's not Jiffy.
There is peanut butter flavored lube. I mean, that is a thing.
Of course there is.
There's
Yeah.
every kind of flavor.
I know.
I know, and I've never
Flavored
understood
lube
it.
sounds kind of like gross.
I don't
Like,
want to
'cause-
get lube in, like to me, like you do the dick sucking before you
Before
do the
you
lube.
put on the
yeah,
lube.
you know, and
Yes.
once the lube is on, you're done. You
Like
you
the
move
sucking
on.
is the lube for the sucking.
Yeah, or you use a little bit of saliva and then maybe lube later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get it.
Well, so like fairly, you could have sex with someone in the shower without standing up, without picking them up. Yes, but you still have the slippery floor. Like, especially if you were getting washed beforehand, there is soap involved.
Imagine how shitty that would be.
I don't see why you would wash before doing shower sex because then you're just gonna have to wash again after shower sex. It'll dry out your skin, man.
Well, if you're well, you said you like when it spontaneously comes up that you want to have shower sex. Are you saying you just walk in there and stand in the shower for a while?
No. I'm just saying that like I take a
You're
shower.
like, hold on, I need to see if I'm in the mood. Hold on.
I'm washing my hair. I'm not in the mood yet.
No, I'm just saying like I take a shower with like my mates or my friends often, and normally we don't do anything.
You've never taken a shower with me, and I prefer that way.
Yeah,
so I'm
that's fine.
completely
I have no
I'm
plans.
completely fine
Zero
with that.
plans to take showers with you.
100% okay
That's
with that.
fine with me. It's, no, we're good.
But you said friends, so I just wanted to like clarify
Yeah,
that.
no, I just
because-
clarify. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
showers with
glad we
friends
got
are
the
cool.
Yeah, that's good.
No, I was saying I never
Yeah,
would not shower.
we're
Me
not
and
going
would
to shower together.
shower.
We're not. It's never going to happen. So
Why not?
I don't know, it'd be like
there's
showering with
no
your
way.
brother.
We just can't. No.
You can make that a Patreon goal.
No, because it'd be like showering. It'd be like showering with your family. That's how I feel it. That's how I relate with it. Like, would you get naked in the shower with your mom?
No.
Exactly.
So what? Do you see Paradox as a mom?
No.
Does Paradox see you as a mom?
No, but I
Then
see him
what
as
the
like
fuck is
I
the
see him as like
issue?
family, like a
feel like-
cousin.
Oh God, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't
Some
like
people are into
anymore.
that, not king shaming, but we're not. So yeah, we're not gonna.
You know what's sad?
What?
If the story of Adam and Eve was real,
Which it wasn't.
which it wasn't, but if it was, their kids had to fuck either each other or their parents.
Do you know?
Welcome to the entire.
I don't like that.
So if you want to get misogynistic about the actual story of Adam and Eve, I can give you a rapture here.
Misogynistic.
Yes,
That's not
'cause you do-
misogynistic.
Do you know how the original story went?
I
So God
think
created
so.
Adam and Lilith first.
Lilith?
Yes.
Who the fuck is that bitch? Who the fuck is that?
My name is Lilith, and I really like Starbucks Frappuccinos.
I never
and
heard
these
that
are just
shit.
My favorite things. My name is
So the
Lilith.
original
It's
story
very
is Adam
offensive
and
to me that you
Lilith.
don't even
Are you
remember
shitting
me.
me?
But Adam didn't like that he was created an equal to her. So God made Eve of one of his ribs so she would be subservient to him.
Really?
Welcome to Adam and Eve.
Oh wow, it was sexist to begin with. Wow, it's just lovely story.
No, just because Adam was a fucking little bitch.
So So what I'm hearing is the story of Adam and Eve is sexist and has a lot of incest.
Yes.
It all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Because Adam was a little bitch. That's why.
Adam was a little bitch.
This might not be true, but I've heard this from people that the whole like don't lie with a man like you lie with a woman actually meant don't treat men like you treat women, because at the time women were treated like shit. And that was actually what that meant.
Women were subservient to men. Don't treat men to be subservient to you.
Yeah, so it meant that if you were making love with a man, they were equal to you and not
a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the Bible. Let's just pick and choose things here and not really.
That's true. So many people who follow the Bible just cherry pick. They're like, that fits the way that I feel about things.
This allows me to be racist. I love it.
This allows me to be racist.
Because God said it was okay.
God said it was okay one time. John 14:13.
It's okay to be racist.
I saw.
What's John 14:13? I'm just curious because I said it. Is it a thing?
Oh, did you state your Trump thing?
Yeah, I'm finding it. Hold on.
Because that's a bumper sticker I would put on my car.
Ooh, and I will do whatever you ask in my name. That means that God.
Wow.
That means that God does everything that you want, as long as it's for Him.
Kinky.
Nice.
Okay, this is it. It was hold on.
Psalm.
Let me see. It said it's a bumper sticker that says "Pray for Trump," Psalm 109:8. Okay. And if you look up Psalm 109:8, it's a passage that says, "Let his days be few."
I love it so fucking much.
Let his
so
days
good.
be few, and let another take his office. Let his children be fatherless, and let his wife a widow.
That is fucked up.
It's so fucked up. It just goes on and on. It's a really long passage about
So it's
basically
literally wishing Trump to be dead.
Yeah. And this is Pray for Trump, Psalm 109:8. So if you guys just want to look that up, 109:8 Trump bumper sticker. It's pretty good. I was like, wow, that's clever. I like that.
There was this one truck I saw that had one of those hanging ball sacks. You know what I'm talking about? That you hang from the little tow line.
Oh, the truck ball sacks.
Yeah,
whatever?
the truck ball
Yeah,
sacks,
okay.
and then it also had
or truck nuts. I think a lot of people call
yeah,
them.
it also had
truck nuts.
it also had a sticker that was like, I don't even want to like say it, but they were driving around. I'll say it. They were driving around with a sticker that said, "I drive a truck because fat chicks can't climb," and I was like,
wow. I actually saw a
like, it's just so shitty.
Yeah, that's super bad.
There was a pack of shitty bumper stickers that I wanted to buy at one point in time to put on like
rude bumper stickers or just ones that were so stupid.
Just bad bumper stickers.
So the two bad ones that I've seen, real quick, I'll get those out of the way. So one of them was, "How's my driving? Dial 1-800 eat shit." Which I was like, okay.
I've seen that on a lot of semis.
Yeah,
I think that's funny.
So that one's good. But then another one. So you know the little stick figure family figurines that people put on their car?
Oh, you told me about this one.
There was one where it was a mom and a dad and then two coat hangers, and I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, that's so bad. I was in a drive-thru and I was just sitting there like, holy shit.
Yeah. I love offensive things.
Okay, so what were some of the ones that you were talking about? Your bumper stickers, Pharaoh.
There was a pack of there was joke bumper stickers to put on people's cars.
To put on other people's cars?
Yes, to put on other people's cars.
That's terrible.
I was just gonna put it on CJ's car every day. So I mean,
a new one every day.
Every time I took one off, I was gonna put a new one over it.
Let's see if you can find it.
Do you remember what any of them were?
I can't tell you.
It's a very saturated market. It's hard to find stuff usually.
Shitty bumper stickers?
Yeah, shitty bumper stickers.
Just too many.
It's funny. I had a FIPA on the back of my last car.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's like the only thing I've got on my car is just a nice clean like FIPA logo vector. magnet thing. And then some guy in a parking lot at work rear-ended my car. And it came in and told me about it, and his insurance covered all of it. The back of my car never looked so good.
But you lost your 5
But I lost the 5-paw, and then I just haven't bothered with it after that. Because now I have a license plate that says not red with a K. So, it was great. My tax agent was just like, why does your car say not red? I was like, don't worry about it.
You should have just said that, like, the phrase "not red" was taken, like N-O-T red, and then you just say, "Oh, I have a colorblind friend."
So my cover story is that I have a colorblind friend, and that the way I tell the story is I always say, "Oh yeah, my friend was helping me shop for cars, and he's red-green colorblind," and then we had this whole argument over what color the car was, and I just knew I had to make that my plate, and because the car was not red to him, and then N-O-T red was taken, so I got K. That's my cover story.
It's a good cover story.
It is a good cover story. I've told it to customs. When they ask, because I remember when I pulled up one time at customs and the guy just looks at me and he's like, what color's your car? I'm like, oh, something just fell from the lights. I'm like, it's red? He's like, then why does your car say not red? And I was like, oh, it's just a backstory. And it's not at all. Anyway. Something from the... You gotta be careful. Some people are really into that. You're into that? Oh, okay.
Should have shaved. Yeah.
There's a huge pack of magnetic bumper stickers. Some of they used to be sticker ones, but I'm just trying to find some of them. It's like some of them was like, I hate cops.
No. It's terrible.
But like, pretty much ones that would get you pulled over. Like there was like, go ahead, pull me over so you can suck my dick.
Oh, it's so good.
There was, I have a small penis, honk for support.
Did you see there was this report about a guy who got pulled over for a sticker that said, I eat ass. You see that?
Yeah, that was
you
an
see that
article.
story?
Yeah, that was
it was
crazy.
an article you showed one time?
Yeah. That was all over the news when that happened.
So good.
I'm probably texting right now.
That's terrible.
The gayest ride in town. I think that's just what I'd put that on bowls just in general.
I don't know if I'd take it off. Tape noises.
Stilts Fox sticker. I'm a fox and my partner's a man wolf, so that's a good sticker for me to have. Let me look at that one.
There's big truck, small penis.
Yes, I'm compensating.
Blowjobs, $2.
Blowjob's free. Shut up.
Honk if you like honking at me.
That's the best one, because someone will honk as a prank, and this person's gonna wonder what the fuck is wrong with their car. They're gonna get out of the car, like pull over, and see the sticker. I love that. What did you just show?
Oh my god, there's art of a... It's a circle putting cheese blocks on a Tesla. That's so good. The Tesla truck. It kind of does. The Tesla truck kind of does look like a circle, I suppose.
I think it's so funny when people type the word rails, because I know that means they're on their phone and it's auto-correcting them, because it happened to me for a while before my phone realized that it was being stupid and correcting into the wrong thing.
Oh, okay. All right, shall we move on to something?
Oh, Samuel Ronan, he typed rails, right? And then later he goes, oh, auto carrot, Areo.
Auto carrot. Auto carrot.
Auto carrot.
That's a show title. Auto.
One that says driver has no idea about this sticker, so please honk and wave a lot at them.
Wait, what was that?
Driver has no idea about this sticker, so please honk and wave a lot at them.
That's good. That's a good prank one.
Give me the finger, please. Judge is driving, and everyone just keeps giving you the finger. Yeah, like little kids in the back seat.
Yeah. little Timmy in the back seat.
Caution, baby in trunk.
Oh, it's so good.
There's of course the one that's all the gay flag, and it says, "I don't even drive straight."
Yeah, that's good.
You know what else is good, Paradox?
What?
I was just asking if you knew what else was good.
No, I actually don't know. What else
You don't know? There's a lot of things that are good. What's
I do
want
to put the pink sticker that says "Butt Pirate" on the
Butt Pirate?
Butt Pirate.
Also, you know what we haven't done in a while is emails.
I was just about to say mail.
Yeah, we could do mail.
Mail time.
I still have
mail
more.
time. Mail time.
Well, it's up to
speaking
you.
of packages, the Amazon patented a design to whip cargo into orbit.
To whip cargo into orbit.
Yes. Many of us have faced the frustration of waiting eagerly for a package to arrive, only to find it to slip this morning that our carrier tried to deliver it. I love that video of the UPS driver.
Yeah.
The joke of, "Oh, we sorry, we missed you."
Oh, the one on College Humor.
Yes.
Every UPS delivery ever on College Humor. It's a great video.
Worse still is when they stretch the meaning of storing in a safe place to include your bin just before bin day or the roof of your house. But if you think delivery drivers are risky business, wait until you see this new mega whip Amazon just patented to yeet payloads into the sky past the low Earth orbit. It looks hysterical. They have the patented picture for it too.
Is this fake?
No. This is a real patent. Because you have
fucking just
to yeet packages into low orbit.
They're just gonna put your package on a trebuchet.
Yep.
And just fucking. What the fuck?
With online sales expected to account for 53% of all retail sales in the UK in 2028, novel ways for transporting cargo faster with smaller carbon footprints are a big focus for online retailers. In response to risking demand and reach, it seems Amazon is looking to the skies for solutions as the recent patent outlines the design for a ship that can whip payloads into low orbit via an enormous cable.
Why? No.
I just want one of these to be installed in every Amazon shipping building.
They literally just
Oh my god. It gets even better because The Onion made an article on something else in relation to this.
Okay.
It's further on into the article, but it says, if all else fails, The Onion has suggested an alternative way whips could be used to speed up deliveries. And their article is, new Amazon service lets customers boost shipping speed with easy one-click charge to whip delivery person.
I've seen that one before. Oh, I love The Onion.
Oh, that's an old one.
Yeah, that's a really old one.
They just reposted it in this. Oh.
Amazon 2 delivery yeet.
Yeet.
I hate that The Onion actually got this right, kind of.
Did you want to pull up the patent? It's in the article. It's great. Someone else is gonna fucking do this, so we gotta patent it.
What the?
I love the travel line.
It's on it. Wait, what? Is it like a drone? It's got wings on it. What the?
It's yeeting it into low orbit, and then it sprouts wings. Where's my new gaming PC? It's in low orbit right now.
Breaking news: Amazon being sued for people's package deliveries smashing into their
Through
faces.
their roof.
Yeah, through the roof. Oh, yeah, sorry we missed. If you want to reorder it, you can.
It leaves a crater in the front lawn.
Just imagine a 10 by 10 foot crater where your mailbox used to be. Just Amazon overnight. Half of a rocket cargo. Just a missile.
Honey, do you want me to order this overnight? No, I don't want to have to replant the grass. What if the Amazon employee enjoys the whipping?
Then he delivers faster.
Then he delivers yeah.
When application for the device involves the payloads reaching tethers that can be further transported them into space, potentially even making it far enough to make contact with close-range spacecrafts. Perhaps not an ideal journey for that Fabergé egg you just recently bought.
Paradox.
It's some package just like slams out of the ground, and then you just go to pick it up, and it just says fragile on it. It's got like wings that are.
Paradox.
What?
Can you please, like, on that article, there's the patent document filed in 2007. I want you to just pull it up. Scroll down a little bit.
Okay. Where is it?
Down. It's there, right there. There's a patent document.
Oh my fucking god. This is not.
It's not a joke. It's.
What? Okay. Wow. They're really. Okay. Pulley systems.
I mean, if they think it's worth it.
Launch preparation process. Couple area vehicles to cable. Clear air and water space. Determine launch parameters for payload. Provide power to aerial vehicles via cable. Extend cable using retraction mechanism. Pull area vehicles coupled to cable using vehicle. Coordinate pulling of force vehicle extension. Huh. Launch pit. Okay. This is a long...
Entire fucking flow charts for this shit.
It's a long-ass...
No. You know the user...
An energy-efficient launch system that utilizes the principles of whip dynamics to launch payloads at high speeds is described.
Whip dynamics.
The launch system may include a marine vehicle having onboard power source. A tapered superconducting cable may be retractably connected to the marine vehicle via a winch and electrically connected to the power source. One or more aerial vehicles may be coupled to and receive power via the cable. To launch a payload at the end of the cable, the marine vehicle, winch, and or aerial vehicles may be operated in coordination to create, propagate, and accelerate a whip waveform along the cable toward the payload. What the fuck? Okay.
Part of that worries me even more because that's literally whipping a highly electrified cable.
Yeah.
Into low orbit. But that's eventually going to come back down and hit the water and be a highly electrified water. That's why it's on a marine vehicle, not like a building.
Okay.
Filed in 2017 and published last week, as it actually was patented.
Of course they got the patent office like, sure, go ahead, whatever.
Yeah, you probably didn't have to patent this.
Yeah,
this has been worked on since 2017. What that means is The Onion made their article in the midst of this patenting process, to which I guarantee Amazon employees were like...
Wait, I don't understand is like, what other company out there
would do this
was
shit?
just like, damn it, we were working on that.
Our whip efficiency technology, it's ruined. Wait, what was the line again? The whip technology? No, it was the...
I don't remember.
Dynamics.
Whip dynamics.
Yeah. Something like that.
Whip dynamics. Energy-efficient launch system. We use the whip dynamics to launch payloads at high speed. While sounding like sort of idea you'd cook up in a hot-boxed basement listening to Devo, the team writed that it could one day constitute a more efficient method of propagating cargo into space. The idea proposed by Amazon Prime Air VP Gur Kimchi and co-written by Amazon inventor Louis Raouli Legrand III, aims to launch items into space on the end of a whip.
How long is that name?
Louis Leroy Legrand III.
Jesus Christ.
It took 2 lines. I'm sorry. It took me a second to reread it. aims to launch items into space at the end of a whip, assisted with a variable squadron of drones attached to the cable. It's thought the number of drones involved will impact how far the whip could reach, with the patent proposing that the second end of the cable may reach at the highest point an altitude approximately 500 feet to 2,000 feet, or 60 to 70,000 feet.
Okay, I know what happened. Do you guys remember when Amazon published that drone delivery video? And that was when they introduced the legislation to try to say, like, hey, FAA, could we get approval in the US? And they also tried in a couple of other places to do that because Amazon wanted to deliver packages with drones. And when that got declined by multiple governments, I feel like Amazon was just like, fuck it, we'll just whip it in the
Whip it! We'll get your fucking packages to you! The lead goal of the unusual apparatus is that it will allow items to reach space without the need for rocket fuel propulsion. Furthermore, domestic uses, including launching delivery drones.
Oh, so it's Amazon Prime for the International Space Station.
Yes. And getting drones to be able to launch from one location worldwide.
Fuck. Wait.
You can't stop this drone if it's coming from space, motherfucker! It was launched in international waters. Package pirate.
They're really like fucking like throwing a drone into orbit so that it spins to the other side of the planet and then comes down and then flies. They have to fucking prime it from the other side of the planet. It's like that's somehow faster. And all of this is cheaper than paying their employees.
Ooh.
That's what it was. They couldn't launch drones from like the towns or the cities. So they're launching the drones into space because space is a neutral territory. And then if the drones just happen to fall in the exact location.
Oh no.
Sir, everyone in Warehouse 76 is on strike. Ah, well, take all the packages, whip them into space. We don't need them. Well, sir, they
put them on that big yeet cable.
Sir, they're just saying they want a better healthcare deductible. I don't care. Whip the packages into space.
We don't need people for that. We've got this whip technology. These whip dynamics.
Trebuchets don't need healthcare.
We can't whip our employees, but we can whip your packages. Amazon goals.
Yeah. The first thing they send is a whip. No, so Paradox, you see the user in the IRC chat that is like a bunch of eyes?
Yeah.
That's Zoopy.
Oh, and it's Zoopy. Oh, I get it because he's a barcode.
Because he's a barcode.
Because he's a barcode. He's a boop.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, some
are
speculating. Sorry. Go ahead.
At least I assume because he changed his Telegram name to I.
I actually had a wave of that here.
There you go. Beautiful.
There was that, and then I also had this one, which is the clip from the Patreon shoutouts.
Zoopy, the barcode kitty.
Oh, what? Why did it stop playing? Telegram. No. What are you doing, Telegram?
Zoopy, the barcode kitty. Scan.
Unexpected
Come on.
item in bagging area.
Do the thing. There we go.
I love that there's the beeping in the fucking background, the rustling of the plastic bags.
Yep, I got an actual field recording of a grocery store.
Wow.
Yeah, and I made that.
I love it.
I edited together that whole thing.
It's so good.
This is for the stupid.
Zoopy, the barcode kitty. Scan.
Unexpected
Come on.
item in bagging area.
Do the thing. There we go.
You have no idea how hard I worked on that.
Where did you go?
What? No, I didn't record it myself. I found it from
I thought you said
random...
I did. I thought you said I did a field recording.
No, I found random free samples, and then I actually found a downloadable package of all of the sound files that are actually on those self-checkout
You do
things.
realize you could just give me the mic, and I would have walked into Wegmans and be like, "Can I just like sound check your beeps?" I would have walked right up to the cashier, and I was like, "Can I just like your sound check next to the beeps?"
Anyway, we love you, Zoopy. He's a barcode kitty. Because he's a white striped tiger. So he's a barcode. Anyway, Amazon. Was that the end of the article?
No.
I feel like there's some more.
Meanwhile, some are speculating that the apparatus could be utilized to launch Amazon Project Coupler mega constellation, considering of 3,236 satellites, which aims to provide equitable access to the spectrum and orbital resources that will increase investment, innovation, and consumer choices. According to a letter penned by Maria Dodson-Schumann, corporate counsel for the Coupler system, Amazon's satellite subsidiary. Whether or not the patent will ever come to fruition is not really yet known. Yet Amazon, having previously posted some pretty wild inventions that never came to be, including the smartphone with a built-in airbag to prevent cracked screens. Wow.
You just imagine, how do you return it? Do you have to like whip it back? There's like, I just imagine that you go to like, you know how Amazon has a thing where like when you want to return stuff to them, they'll just say, "Oh, bring it to like this particular
This
store,
location.
or bring it to like a UPS or a DHL store,
Or I'll send it back."
Yeah, I just imagine that like they're like, "Oh, go to your neighborhood trebuchet." And load it up, and you have to like whip it back.
They
to them.
install a whip at every like local small airstrip.
There's like whips everywhere that you use, and then I just imagine that like you just like reason for return, whipped item arrived destroyed. It's like a checkbox.
And then it's your fault.
Yeah, and then it's your fault, and then you have to have a phone with a broken screen. Anyway,
I was trying to find more about this airbag phone.
Bubble wrap touchscreen. Something like that. Oh my goodness. All right, shall we do emails or something? Or call it a night?
No, it is literally little airbags that if you drop your phone, the little airbags deploy.
That's actually pretty funny. I just imagine that it like the airbag deploys right when it's next to the ground, so then it like bounces back up, and then it just gets even worse. like you drop
it launches higher,
like, or even worse, you're on like the edge of a pathway, and like it bounces up, and then it just goes over the edge of the railing, and it falls down from like a skyscraper or something. You're on like a bridge. Anyway,
here it is. Let's put it in the chat room. Or sorry, the document.
Why am I supposed to open this?
It's patented smartphone airbag technology.
Where is this?
The top.
The top.
Right there.
Oh, right there. Looks like it's got little jets on the bottom of it. Huh.
There's a lot of like weird Amazon inventions at the bottom of that page.
These are all from Amazon?
Yeah.
Amazon patents drone surveillance as a service. What the hell? Anyway.
I did have two more quick articles.
All right, go ahead. With those.
Vsauce here.
Hey, Vsauce. Michael here.
Where are...
How many holes does the human body have?
Now, my tea is quite hot, but it's not the hottest thing in the universe. Or is it?
People keep threatening to replace hand sanitizer with vodka, and Tito begs them to stop. Tito's Vodka, the company.
Why would they beg them to stop?
Because
it's probably bad for your skin, isn't it?
Vodka is not a hand sanitizer.
I mean,
so vodka does work a little bit, but the bigger issue is that it evaporates quickly because it's more pure alcohol, and it's not as efficient. It's something if you have nothing. If you have no hand sanitizer at all,
it's better than water.
It's better than water, but it's not.
Hand sanitizer is I think 99%, or is it 98?
No, most
95?
hand sanitizers are only about 70%. Although you can get hand sanitizers.
Vodka's 35.
Yeah, no, it's not that great, but it's better than nothing if that's all you have. Yeah, and the main thing that hand sanitizer does is it has like a gelatin that means that it stays on your hands and it doesn't evaporate, so that you have time to rub it in. Because if you don't rub it in, it's not effective.
There's actually a study that actually the Clorox wipes, the other stuff does not actually work. So the Clorox wipes don't actually work and kill 99% of the bacteria, because it has to actually, you have to set the wipe and let the wipe sit there, which no one does with the wipes.
Well, Clorox wipes are for like hard surfaces, not like your hands.
I know. I'm just saying that even for hard surfaces, the wipe doesn't. You have to let the cloth sit there.
Then why is it even called a wipe if you're not supposed to wipe with it? You just leave it sit there?
Because it doesn't kill on 99% until you let it sit.
Yeah, so if you have a spray bottle and you spray it and you let it sit there and then you wipe it up later, then you're
The wipe
good.
is to kill some stuff.
Yeah. And it probably helps to clean because I'm sure it has like detergents in it and stuff, but yeah.
But actually, if you wanted to actually kill things, like most efficiently, virus and bacteria, hydrogen peroxide.
That doesn't surprise me.
I forget what hospital grade hand sanitizer is. It's not alcohol. It's some other chemical. It's
probably hydrogen peroxide.
No, it isn't. I will look it up. Give me a moment.
Because you want to.
Someone said that my Vsauce impression was good, and they had to see if it was an actual Vsauce video. Thank you. I like to think that I'm okay at impressions. Sometimes.
Give me a moment. The most sophisticated is benzocanoleum chloride, which makes the foaming hand sanitizers, but you use a very small amount of it. It's actually so potent that if it touches your skin, it'll burn your skin. So you actually dilute it down to 0.1% or 0.2% or whatever. I will post that in chat. But that is what most of the foaming ones and the ones that are in hospitals, that's actually what it's made from.
So it's probably something that's similar to hydrogen peroxide to cause apoptosis.
I don't like the foaming hand sanitizers. I don't know.
Yeah.
They just don't feel like they would work as well. I know they probably do, but I never liked foaming soaps or foaming because you can't really scrub that in, you know.
It depends. I mean, this chemical is more effective than alcohol.
Oh, okay.
So, besides the fact that it foams, I'm just saying that generally most of the foaming ones, this is what they're based on.
Siri can tell you more because the fact that actual isopropyl alcohol or alcohols in general don't actually kill the viruses. It just kills off the outside layer of them so that you need agitation to get them off of you.
Yeah.
That's why you need to move your hands.
That's why you have to rub it in thoroughly, because if you don't, it's not effective.
So it's actually causing the viruses to fall off of you. So if you just put it on your hands, it wouldn't actually do anything.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Hydrogen peroxide is one of the few things that actually will kill all bacterias.
Just dissolves them.
No, it does not.
What does it do then?
It pops their outer shell.
Well, it's antimicrobial as well. It'll get rid of other things besides bacteria. But yeah.
So one thing you need to do is cause apoptosis.
Sofo says the gel also has to act as a moisturizer. Yeah, that's true. Anyway.
Little health lesson for people. So if you actually want to kill more surface bacteria and stuff like that, literally pour hydrogen peroxide on a cloth, wipe it on your hands, and wipe it across surfaces. It literally causes cells to commit suicide.
By the way, YouTube channel I highly recommend is BigClive.com. He normally tears down electronics and kind of shows how they work. He'll go over circuit boards and stuff like that. But he has a fun YouTube channel in general where he does teardowns. He recently published a video because of, obviously, the news lately, called Emergency DIY Hand Sanitizer. And this is his video, essentially.
Hysteria in the media surrounding a certain virus that's going around. I thought this is a good chance to make a video about hand sanitizers, how easy they are to make, and, well, indeed, how much markup the pharmaceutical industry makes on them.
And he actually goes over the several different types of hand sanitizers that you can make, some of which are less effective, some of which are more effective. It's definitely a really interesting video. I learned quite a lot, actually. So, Big Clive is awesome.
I love his accent.
Yep.
I know I always point that out about anybody that has an accent. I don't know. I love hearing the way people talk.
Yeah, he's from Isle of Man.
From Isle of Man?
Mm-hmm. That's where he's from.
That's what?
Yeah, Isle of Man. As in
the Isle
nation.
of Man. I thought you said I love man, and I was like, is that some kind of joke?
No.
I was like, I love man.
No, I meant
but
the little island, Isle of Man.
Isle of Man, not I love man. I love man.
So people keep threatening to replace hand sanitizer with vodka, and Tito's vodka begs them to stop. If anyone deserves a few stiff shots right now, it's the social media team of Tito's Vodka. Since Monday, some Twitter users have suggested using Austin, Texas-based distillery product to make a hand sanitizer and have tagged the company. The tweets range from the possibly serious to the possibly not serious at all. Yet in all cases, Tito's social media team responded with the same consistent message. Please just don't.
Everclear works, by the way, a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still need agitation.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah.
I just love the fact that their consistent message to everyone was please just don't.
Please just don't. I love that.
No,
That's great.
please just don't. You need to emphasize the periods there.
You said you got another quick article?
For the CDC, so Tito's Vodka also responded with, for the CDC, hand sanitizer needs to contain at least 60% alcohol. Tito's handmade vodka is 40% alcohol. Therefore, it does not meet the current recommendation of the CDC. Please see attached for more information. And they have a newsletter putting about the CDC and their production of their vodka.
Very nice.
So anything that has 60% or more of alcohol can then be used, according to the CDC, as a hand sanitizer.
Yeah, and again, if it has less alcohol, you can use it. It's just not as good. You shouldn't use it unless that's all you have.
Well, CDC saes to don't use it.
Right, yeah. It is the better option, yeah.
So you can find alcohol that has 60% or more.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
What does tequila have?
I have no clue.
What alcohols have 60% or more?
I don't know.
Well, I want to know because we're educating people on how to properly make alcoholic hand sanitizer. You just need alcohol that has 60% more proof. Sorry, 120 proof or more. So 151 rum.
Does isopropyl work? I mean, I know it's over 60%, but like, I also know that it's not. I know that it is more of a medical.
Most isopropyl, you're talking about rubbing alcohols?
Yeah.
Actually, if anything, those are even better.
I was about to say, I feel like that'd be good.
You should still mix it with something. Like a glycerol or whatever, because...
So it's not like drying out your skin.
Well, that's one concern, but the other concern is that it will actually evaporate too quickly and it won't be effective. So...
Yeah, isopropyl, way cheaper.
Yeah, it's definitely an option.
There is a Wikipedia page called alcohol_by_volume.
Oh, that's neat.
Which lists literally every single alcohol. I've never heard of Arak.
So it's the city. It's not a city.
A-R-A-K.
I messed up my comparison already. Just stop. I failed. I know. Go.
The translucent white anise flavored. What's anise flavored?
Anise Christmas cookies.
Oh no!
I hate that flavor.
Gross.
Hate it. I'm not a fan of anise.
Ogai, OGHI, is an American spirit distilled from fruits or berries. We use moonshine from homegrown gardens across Armenia, where it's served as a popular welcome drink to guests and is routinely drunk during meals.
Moonshine.
Never had that one. Poitin. Poitin. Poitin is a Irish distilled beverage.
Can we move on to the
I'm
other...
finding all of the
Move on to the other short article you have so we can move on to emails.
I will.
Oh my god.
Paradox. Did you just say the name of God in vain?
Yeah, I did.
You monster.
I don't give a fuck.
It was only like 5 to 6. Absinthe can sometimes be above. So Scotch whiskey isn't.
All right, anyway. Well, I'm going to move on to emails.
Well, I got the next article right now.
Oh, hey, all of a sudden, Fair has another article. See how that works? Works every time. Love it. It's great.
I had to finish the other article first before I can move on to the other one.
Yep.
Only a small number of people can create this sound in their ears. The ear rumble.
I was just doing that earlier today.
I can do it.
Does it sound kind of like... Yeah, I was just doing it earlier today.
I can do it. I can tighten the muscle in my ear.
Happens when I yawn.
Oh, whenever I yawn or strain my muscles, I always hear it in my ears.
Yeah, it sounds almost like it sounds almost like a low wind, like outside of a window.
Yeah, that's what I hear all the time.
But can you do it manually?
Yeah, anytime I strain muscles, yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
I can do it every time I close my eyes. If I just try, I can do it.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't like it. I hate that I do it because sometimes I notice it.
It's like a muscle like shaking in your head almost. Yeah, it's like a twitching. Yeah, I've always noticed that.
Yeah, it's actually rare.
Really?
Really?
So why are we all able to do it? Unless we're not doing it, we think we are.
Yeah.
So you have to be able. Guess it's for furries. Maybe it's a common thing about furries. Everyone can do the ear rumble. An evolutionary trait.
What if that's the furry gene?
It's been a good month since people discovered stuff about their own bodies and minds. At the beginning of February, we had the discovery that some people don't have internal monologues.
That was a discovery? I thought that's been known for a long time.
The recent scientific published journal.
Oh, it was a recent publication? Because I was going to say, I thought we've known for a long time that some people, there's like a genetic trait where people don't have an internal monologue.
That's so weird to me.
What?
Yeah. So like they never, like, you know how you can say like, oh, like picture the front door of your house right now. And then like, oh, you know, like picture your mom standing in the front door of the house. Like you can picture that, right? Because you know your house, you know your mom.
Yeah.
There are some people who just literally cannot do that.
Oh, I thought when you said
I'm sorry, that's separate. Sorry, that's a separate thing. Some people can't do that either. That's like the ability to imagine an image of something, like even like a person's face, even not accurately. But then there's also people who don't have any internal monologue, which is
where like they don't talk to themselves in their head.
No,
they just see pictures.
Yeah.
No, the fact that people don't actually have a voice like in their head, like your own voice.
Yeah, it's always mine. It's always my voice.
It's not schizophrenia. It's a different voice. No, your own voice in your head.
I don't
think
you
can think the words that you're gonna say. Like, it's an internal monologue.
Yeah.
Some people just don't have that.
I can't even imagine how you couldn't have that.
That's hard for me. That's why it was so astonishing that some people just don't have that.
Like, if someone was deaf, I could understand that.
No, even then, if you're deaf, you'd still have an internal monologue.
Because keep in mind, you're extrapolating what your thoughts are based on words or your action, but you can still imagine yourself kind of agreeing or disagreeing. There's a feeling of like a virtual you inside your head where you can I can say, I'm going to slap the table. And I just thought I was going to do that. And I said I was going to do that in my head. And then I thought of slapping the table. And then I actually did it. Some people literally, can't do that, which is really interesting.
And now people are finding out that only a certain number of people can actually create noises inside their own ears. Which started with a post on Twitter. The source of the discovery this time around, it's actually been known since 1884, if not before. A part of the human population can voluntarily control the tensor tempi, a muscle in the ear. Contracting this muscle produces a vibration sound. This muscle is usually described as a rumbling sound inside the inner ear. People have fallen again in the categories of people who can do this and those that were aware that people can't, and people who just plain can't do this and have known. Like, it's funny because like when I was reading this article, I tried to do it, not knowing that this was an actual thing that existed. And as soon as I tried, I was like, oh yeah, that I've always had that.
Like I've always to the point where okay. I'm just actually I thought of a funny example. I have a funny example. If I'm taking a shit, I can't hear. Like that, I'm serious. Like the muscle strain goes away. But
you are your most vulnerable.
But that goes for other things too. Like if I'm carrying something
heavy,
heavy,
shit, I'm deaf.
When I carry, I can still hear, but just not very well. But like when I pick up something really heavy, it's the same thing. Like any kind of muscle strain for whatever
like a deer
reason.
in the headlight. I just picture that you go completely deaf while taking a shit.
What? Couldn't hear you. I was shitting. No, it's not that bad at all though. I don't actually go deaf.
Internal fart noises.
No, it's not like that. It's more like just like any kind of muscle strain. Like if I was like gripping the table and I was just like gripping the table, like it'd do the same thing. There's like something. It's like any kind of muscle strain in like the neck or in your body whenever you're doing something, or like if I like work out really hard or something. Yeah, I hear a rumble in my ears and it actually like knocks out sound.
I hear.
So it's not caused by yawning or like that, because again, you can cause a tense of this muscle. It's that you can manually do this.
Yeah, I can do that as well. But
I can do it easily. Like as soon as I read the art, the funniest part is I didn't even know this was a thing until I read this article.
And it was like,
and
I do this shit.
And I was like, well, what's that rumbling sound? Like, and I was like, I'm trying to think of it. Like,
and then it happened, and you were like, oh.
I know. And then I was like trying to do it, and then I was like, oh wait, that exists. Because I was like, when's if it's different? Like you don't know what the sound would sound like.
You know another weird one that I'm thinking of. If I ever like rub one of my eyes, you can't see out the other eye at the same time. Like, even if you're only rubbing one eye, like, you can see a little bit, but, like, not enough. Like, you guys probably shouldn't rub your eyes that much.
Corona.
Don't touch your face. Here, Fear, let me touch your face.
Don't touch my face. I don't want to touch your face. I don't know where your hands have been.
Hand sanitizer.
Your hands have... Okay. When he says, I don't know where your hands have been, and you say hand sanitizer.
Excuse me? They're my paws. They're not my hands.
Your hands have not been hand sanitizer unless you're chilling in a room with like 2 buckets and you're just like dunking
He goes to the schools. I mean, he could be. He just comes home.
He goes for his, his hourly dunk in a bucket of hand sanitizer.
You just swim in there. You just stay in there.
It feels really cold. I feel like it'd feel nice.
I feel like your skin would get very dry.
I feel like it would feel good for the first, 30 seconds, though.
Yeah, about the first.
Like, it would feel, gooey and cold and just nice.
No, it wouldn't feel cold, actually. Because hand sanitizer is room temperature. But what happens is...
Yeah, room temperature feels cold, though.
Room temperature feels cold.
Right, but once it's evaporating, that's what makes it feel even colder, because whenever a liquid evaporates from your skin, that's how sweat works. So that's why your hands get really cold.
Like, if you even
I understand that much.
Yeah, but when I put hand sanitizer in my hand, it's not cold. But then when I rub it around, my hands get really cold, because then it's like evaporating off, Especially the alcohol, because it evaporates even faster.
I'm just saying, if you had a little drop of it, like when you first put it on your hand, it feels cold. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not thinking that far. I'm not thinking that far into it. When you get out, it would obviously be colder. Duh.
I think it'd feel cold just in general.
Yeah, it would.
It's like 70 degrees at room temperature. If you jumped into 70
What are you laughing at, Paradox?
Chat room.
What happened?
Nothing. It's the chat room.
Again, part of the human population can voluntarily control the tensor tempi and muscle in the ear.
Okay, we get it. Can we move on?
If you can do it, there's even a subreddit called Ear Rumbles Assemble.
Why?
Where you can go and talk about your ear rumbling experiences with other ear rumblers or share memes about your rumbling and go find other rumble brothers and sisters.
I feel like the memes are probably kind of funny, though.
There's one right on the site. It says her. He's probably thinking about other women. Him. Ear rumbling.
Hold on. What's the Reddit called?
Ear rumblers assemble. This is something you should pull up, I feel. It's just...
God.
I want to know.
Let's see. Top of all time.
Ear rumblers assemble.
When you can rumble without needing to yawn or shut your eyes. And it's the Shaq shimmy.
I used this for years. I thought everyone... Here's this ability to drown out loud noises. Yeah, you can kind of... Yeah.
Go to top post of all time. Did you do that? Scroll up. Hit top.
Yeah, top.
And then where it says today, click that.
Yep.
All time.
All time.
So it'll just show you the best posts.
Yeah.
Earthquakes are caused by friction in the tectonic plates. Earthquakes happen because Mother Earth rumbles her ears.
I'm running ready to call it out. Sorry, these are mostly visual. Graph my own rumble muscles in action. Oh, wow, that's interesting. They graphed it on a little oscilloscope. That's pretty cool.
Honey, tell me what's wrong. Nothing, I'm just rumbling. So good.
This is stupid.
It's so good.
So dumb.
I love someone's like...
This is a really weird question, but can you make a rumbling noise with your ears? What?
Robert Downey said, I can do this. Didn't realize not everyone could. Slightly crap superpower, but I'll take it.
So dumb.
Slightly crap superpower.
Slightly crap superpower.
But I'll take it.
Slightly. I like how you said instead of a crappy superpower, it's slightly crappy. Like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. I'll take it.
That's what we do it.
Not bad.
Cool.
Okay. By the way, I would assume that ear rumbling of any kind, whether it's from muscle spasms or voluntarily, does not protect your hearing. So if you're around loud things, you probably should still protect your hearing.
Nothing. I'm just rumbling.
If you'd like to find out if you can make the sound, you can try screwing your face up, really scrunching your face. Scrunching your face up really tight, including your eyes. Go ahead and try it. Don't feel embarrassed. I'm sure nobody's watching. Did you hear it? Most people describe it as a rumbling noise, but some describing it as thunder. It sounds like when there's a big thunderstorm. One Twitter commenter wrote, "The thunder is just slowly rolling around in the sky forever without tiny flashes of light." So what is this sound? The tensor tendon muscle that dampens it. This is the muscle that actually dampens out loud sounds like thunderstorms and the sound of your own chewing when tensed. The muscle is responsible for tensing the eardrum, which dampens vibrations and reduces perceived loudness of sound.
Oh, interesting.
So it makes it harder to hear things.
Yeah.
So people are
Paradox. You were right.
So people are able to contract it voluntarily when there are no loud sounds to dampen it out in nature. And contracting the muscles produces vibrations and sounds of their own, which is what you're hearing.
Yeah. Yeah, because muscles generally vibrate a little bit, but it's also like...
So it's the reverse wave of a loud noise.
If you're also trying to practice hearing very well, like let's say, you're trying to... It's like a silent room and you're trying to hear something, your jaw muscles and how much you have tensed the muscles in your jaw actually have a huge effect on your hearing. Because your jaw and your nose and even your eyes, like the little holes that are here, are actually connected to your ear canal. And in fact, in the design of headphones, they actually have to take into account, when I say in design of headphones, I mean like very high-end headphones, they actually have to take into account that the tube that runs from your ears to your sinuses and your nose will actually affect sound. And that's also one of the reasons that if you have a cold, you hear differently. And there's all kinds of weird resonances in your ears
That's
and everything.
weird. So apparently, there's another thing. Is that if you can't actually hear it voluntarily, you can simulate the sound by placing a different contracted muscle next to your ear. So if you clench your fist next to your ear, you can actually hear the sound of the muscles tightening.
I don't know.
I can hear it.
That's so fucking weird.
It's just a muscle thing. That's all you're hearing. It's all muscles do the vibration. It's just that this muscle happens to be really close and in your ear.
It doesn't sound the same when you clench your fist and hear it, but it does produce somewhat similar of a sound.
Yeah.
But wouldn't this actually just be like the opposite of a wave? So if it's a loud noise wave, wouldn't this just be making the counter wave?
No.
No,
that would be noise cancellation. This is simply because it's tightening up the eardrum, it can't vibrate as much. Now, the muscle that's doing that is vibrating, so you're hearing that. But regular vibrations in the air are simply less effective at vibrating your eardrum because of the fact that it's being tensed up.
Isn't that slightly noise canceling?
No, because noise canceling would be listening and then producing the opposite wave. There is no opposite wave. It's simply making it tight, and then the muscle that's making it tight is also shaking a little bit on its own. And because
it's noise dampening.
Yeah, it's noise dampening, but it's not noise canceling. Noise canceling is an active process that involves phase cancellation, and that's not what's happening here.
That's what I was saying. Is like I wonder if it's the body's technique of phase cancellating.
No, it's the body's technique of noise dampening.
Because it does produce a wave, though.
Yes, but it's not out of phase with real sound. It's not out of phase with reality. It's just a randomly vibrating muscle, regardless of what's coming in your ear.
It's out of phase with loud noises, though.
No, it's not out of phase. You can still hear some of the loud noise. You don't go completely deaf. And also, that muscle's vibrating randomly on its own, regardless of what you might... I mean, it could be silent and you can do the ear rumble, right?
Well, if you have that superpower.
Well, sure. But my point is, it vibrates independently of anything else. If it was noise canceling, then the muscle would vibrate based on actual sound.
I didn't say it was perfect noise canceling, because no noise cancels even that perfect.
Yeah. I hate active noise canceling. It drives me nuts. Anyway, shall we do emails?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I only see one. Where are they all?
Starred.
Starred. Okay.
Hold on, where's... Freaking... What am I missing here? Oh, here we go.
Here's the mail, it never fails.
Oh, no, it's not that. Oh, we gotta do the long one. Here we go.
Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. The mail's here. Here's the mail, it never fails.
It makes me wanna wag my tail. When it comes, I wanna yell. Hello!
I'm gonna shoot you.
FurCast. My name is Ziggy, the singing intergalactic space deer. I wanted to discuss something. So, I have been working on a video editing for a few months now, and I want a way to post some furry-related stuff. The editing I do is mostly special effects stuff in After Effects, so I don't think YouTube would be that good of an idea. What? I don't really use social media. I mostly use it to talk with friends or follow favorite furs, but I don't post stuff there. So my question to you is, where should I post my furry VFX stuff to? One more thing, Nico, spelled wrong, who's not here. You need to stop bullying the bull. You're close to tipping the cow over the edge. Heh, sorry, not sorry. Okay, why did you say that you don't and or shouldn't post your things to literally every place that you should be posting them to? I don't get it. I mean, maybe if you don't want it to flood your regular account, you could make a second account. But Twitter and YouTube are like probably the best places for that, actually. If it's got pornographic stuff in it, then there's always like FA and Ink Bunny and So Furry and Weasel.
It's like a 10-second clip.
Yeah, if it's just a clip, just put it on Twitter. Or just make a Twitter account. People go nuts over it, especially if it's cool stuff. And all you got to do is just say, hey, here's my Twitter account for my VFX stuff, link. And then people can go follow it. I don't know. I mean,
is it virtual sound effects or virtual, like...
No, it's After Effects. So it's visual, like animations and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could always put stuff on like Mega or...
Tumblr.
Yeah,
no,
Tumblr.
It's not porn.
You can put it on, if it is porn, you can put it on Pornhub too. A lot of furries put their stuff there and then they'll link it on their FA.
I'm trying to think if they're like 5-second clips or something like that.
I mean...
Like if they're making a new Star Wipe animation.
Anyway, so that's from Ziggy. I'm just going to mark that as red. Completed red. I'll keep that in this.
Oh, I'm so annoyed. I was just thinking about this when we were talking about emails. But someone emailed about the Riddle Me This emails. Asking if we had some kind of conclusion. We don't. No conclusion. Email reads, hey, I discovered your awesome podcast recently, and I was just listening to a bunch of random episodes. One of them was episode 336, Riddle Me This. I hated that episode. I didn't. It was fun. After listening to that one, I listened to a few other episodes, but I did not hear if the person ever messaged you back and told you who they were. I was just curious if it was forgotten or if it had a conclusion. X3. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch you live soon. Have a great day. Nope.
The reason it doesn't have a conclusion is we guessed it right off the bat, and I think that person never responded back. So
why? You think it was extra?
Yeah. Why, after we say that no one ever responded back? So
they did keep responding back.
Yeah, Extros just said it wasn't them.
That same day, I'm saying after that.
But then I think someone vouched for them and was like, yeah, they're not home.
I think it was just somebody fucking with us.
It probably was.
Yeah,
it may have been, may not have been, but either way, it's still annoying, and I think about it sometimes.
All right, next, FurCast help. How do I stop being such a salty a-hole? Hey, FurCast, I've been a longtime fan of the show, and I know that you occasionally do emails, and I was hoping you could help me out with the sticky situation I keep finding myself in over and over again. In lots of chats and Discords I'm in, I like to leave DMs open. I like to think that I'm a fairly sociable person. But in most chats, I'm fairly active, but I don't have very many friends, which is why I'm always enjoy being sociable. But I often butt heads with the fact that I hate random, single, word, message, spam, over, and over, and over again. But every time I try to call someone on this and say, hey, please stop at the spam, I don't care that you're horny and I haven't responded since telling you directly I will respond later. I have a day job and single word messages spam cost me my time, patience, and cell phone data. The issue is I face every time is I say anything about it, people go running away crying that I don't want to talk to them and ghost me. I've tried everything from including this in all my bios and telling people up front that I don't tolerate, but 9 out of 10 whenever it happens, That is their immediate response. Even worse, when this happens, it'll slowly snowball into rumors, whatever group chat I'm in, that I'm being a mean asshole who yells at people who DM them, and that I should be avoided for being unfun, even though my profile says DMs open. TLDR, how do I tell others to stop spamming me? Haha, hashtag random messages without being a total asshole. And 2, whenever this happens, how do I face the music and tell others to stop without totally shutting me out? Any help would be appreciated. Thanks. Otteranonymous. Ottermominous.
Otteranonymous.
All right, so great question. A lot of people deal with this. Here's my simple answer to it. And this is what I usually say to people. I will tell to people, don't wait for me to be here. Just talk about whatever you want to talk about. Or I will say, hey, I'm busy at work, but I'd love to talk about that. Feel free. I'm like, please just tell me and I'll respond when I can later. Sorry. And if they just keep waiting for me to be there, then the conversation just goes nowhere. And guess what? Just let the conversation go nowhere. It's not that bad. Like, that's all I got to do. But I tell people that all the time. I'm like, don't wait for me to be here. And then they're like, I want somebody to be my friend. I'm like, guess what? I do have friends, and a lot of times we don't have active conversation. Like, once in a while you get lucky and you're both online at the same time, but most of the time, like, half the time when
I
we
was
talk
just
on
about to
Telegram,
say, last time I messaged you was Wednesday.
Are not, yeah.
Here,
like,
I'm gonna read a conversation. This was our most recent conversation. Let's see. Yeah. Nico and I are doing Outback tonight. Works for me. What time are you heading out? Probably a bit after 6:30. I'll let you know once it gets closer to that time. It's a no. Okay. Hug. I can probably hang out tomorrow, though, if you'd want. Okay. That was our conversation.
Yeah. But anyway, no, this happens all the time. Or the other thing you could do is just say, all you got to do is say to people is say hi, sup. So, start off with the hi, sup, okay, cool. And then after that, just be like, hey, just FYI, I'm at work, but hey, feel free if there's anything you want to talk about, let me know. I'll get back to you when I can. And just be very honest about that, because that makes people feel like, oh, this person's busy, but they still want to talk to me. And they still, or like ask them a question, like, what are your interests? Try to start a conversation. But I do deal with that all the time. And you know what? Sometimes the conversation just never happens. And it sucks because sometimes what it is, right, is that, like, I can think of a few furries that I see on Twitter, and I think they're really cool people. And I'm like, fuck, I wish I could, like, talk to that person. Like, I wish I could get to know them. But then I realize, I really have nothing to talk about. And it's like, well, I could DM them and just say hi, and then hi. The other thing you can do, and by the way, if you're someone who does this, and you're like, well, how do I be better at this? All you have to do when you write a message is just say to somebody, hey, I don't have anything to talk about with you. I just wanted to say, really think you're a cool person, really admire you, or like, hey, I love the stuff that you tweet. I really appreciate it. Thanks. That's all you got to do. Just explain yourself. That's it. Explain yourself.
I think an issue is that you think of yourself as an asshole for being annoyed by single word messages and not having substantial conversation. That's something that happens to literally everyone.
Yeah, literally everybody.
What I tend to do, as bad as it is, I tend to not. For me, if I'm gonna have a conversation, I want both people to be putting in the effort. So if someone's messaging me, I'll message back, of course. But I'm not gonna carry an entire conversation because I want to talk with people who talk with me well, because those are the people that you're gonna have the best connections with anyway. Obviously, I'm not saying, oh, ignore everyone. No, like, message them still, but if it dies, it dies. You're gonna find people who you connect with better, and instead of trying to, like, lift up those conversations that maybe just don't hold together, maybe, talk with people who have good conversations with you. That's what I tend to do.
Yeah, I try to just, like, I don't ever message somebody out of the blue without explaining myself. Like, even if somebody sends me someone else's way, oh, hey, could you message this person and help them with this thing? Here's their username. I will never just say hi. I will always say, hey, this person gave me the username. Here's who I am. Let me know when I can help you. Like I always have like a write-up that I give.
Yeah.
And I try to just message people or, oh, hey, I found you because of this. I love, your AD Twitter. You're really fucking hot. Thank you for sharing the stuff that you share. I will literally, I will always explain something so that you know who I am, why I'm messaging you, and that you don't have to worry about it. Because that's the other thing. I don't want people to ever worry when I message them.
Or even if it's someone that you have no connection with, you can message them out of the blue. Like if, say, you're in a group chat and you see someone talking and they seem nice, just be like, hey, saw you talking in the group chat earlier. You seem pretty cool. Wanted to shoot a message, talk a little bit if you're cool with that. Are you okay with DMs?
Yeah.
And that alone can start things because people will
sounds
understand.
like you're just saying take pride in being an asshole.
No, and then the other thing too is you could always just say like, hey, I'm bored. Like, if you're busy, no worries. But like, I kind of just want somebody to shoot the shit with, and you seem like you were kind of a cool guy in the group chat. Like, that's all you got to do. You just explain yourself. That's all you have to do. Jumping back to the person who wrote the email though,
I rarely get people that just message me hi, and if they do, and I'll respond with like a detailed message, and if they say like a one-word response back, I just completely ignore them. I'm done. Oh.
That does happen. People will be like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm working in my studio on some of my hobby stuff. I'm doing pretty good. Just about to get a cup of tea. How about you?"
Cool.
And
Nothing much.
Not much. Okay.
NM.
NMU.
NMHBU.
But yeah, and then you know what? And then maybe I'll just send them like a little smiley face. I'll be like, "Oh, cool smiley face," and you know what? Maybe it dies. But the thing is, sometimes 6 months later,
you say maybe they die.
That person.
Cool, maybe they die.
No. No. I said maybe the conversation dies.
Okay, I misheard. I was like, wow.
Oh, maybe the conversation.
Well, if they die, there's no obligation to talk to them, so problem solved.
If they die, there's no obligation to talk anymore. Why talk to a dead person, honestly? Problem solved itself.
Coronavirus is going to solve all your problems. Anyway, don't wash your hands. Touch your face. Anyway, but
lick others.
Lick others. Yeah. Maruski and I were actually joking about that today because we lick each other a lot. Mm-hmm. Like whenever we
gross.
Yeah. it's just what we do. Maruski and I we love doing.
Well, he's
that.
a cat.
Yeah, he's a cat, and
cats have awful tongues for licking. Like dogs lick.
They both lick.
But cats it's just painful. It's like
they're
doing it on purpose to hurt you. Again, you like pain, so I'm sorry.
I know.
This doesn't work for you. Like you're turned on by the pain of a cat.
Maybe I have a different response to it.
So the one statement that I was going to finish though is that I have had conversations that start like that, and then the conversation just dies. And you know what? So what? Just leave it there. And then it turns out 6 months later, I'm working with that person at a con. Oh, hey, you were this person. Or sometimes that person messages me and goes, hey, I know we've chatted once before about nothing, but actually I really need you. It's really serious. And they'll have so it's it doesn't, there's nothing wrong with establishing that connection and just letting it all you got to do, give them a couple cute messages and something. And then if they just keep saying hi, if they keep doing it constantly, all you got to do is just say, hey, sorry, I'm a little busy at work. Hey, I'd love to chat. If you got anything, feel free to write it out and I'll get back to you when I can. It's all you got to do.
And the thing is, you don't have to face it and necessarily stop someone from sending those kinds of messages. You can always just end the conversation yourself. You can be like, oh, hey, really got to go do X thing, whatever. And if you want to talk to me again, feel free to reach out. And then they'll be like, okay. And then you go, and if they message you back with something new a few days later, awesome. If they don't, then they didn't, really have that much of a dedication to the chat either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, I've got 2 emails. This one's called Hiya, and Bull, could you read the one above it after I'm done? Because they're both related. This one says...
The one by Wolvern?
Yes.
Okay.
It says, Hiya. I was actually very nervous to make this email since my first time ever doing something like this. I found your show from Pharaoh Dancing at AC 2019.
Oh, that was so good.
And I was so nervous for months to contact you. Oh, why? Even though I work when you are live, I hate going on my computer so I can watch to make my shift better. Oh, that's nice. After I started watching you for a few months, I got inspiration to start a podcast myself. And I was wondering if you could help with figuring that out, what to do since I'm not tech savvy at all. You're all awesome, and thank you for inspiring me to do something to change my life and helping build me up to building up the courage to contact you. Stay fuzzy. From Nate Blueberry. And then, Bull, why don't you jump in with the next one? Because they're related. They're both asking the same question. So.
Now, this one is from Wolverine the Demon King, titled Podcast Help. Hello, Paradox, Faye, and others. I'm sending this to you because I would like help with what I should do with my podcast for. I am just starting out and don't have much money. I was wondering what you suggest for what programs I should use and other advice. Sincerely, Wolverine the Destructive Demon, a.k.a. That Gay Boy. P.S. My podcast name is FurShack. Hint, hint, you inspired me.
So my biggest advice, because there are so many ways to do podcasting, which is one of the great things about it, YouTube tutorials. Just look on YouTube. There's so many people who will recommend.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that suck too.
Well, yeah, but that's up to you to determine, right? You have to set your priorities with that.
It's hard to find good YouTube tutorials.
Quality is not necessarily as important. I mean, quality is... There's a threshold, right? You want your quality to be good enough to the point where people don't immediately tune out. But past that, it's all about actually being interesting and actually having something cool and good to do. So focus on that most importantly, to the point where even if the quality's shit, if you're having fun with your friends and you're producing something that you enjoy and that you care about, then that's all that matters. And I mean, FurCast used to be shit, but we kept...
It still is.
Yeah, it still is. And we just kept doing it for 11 years. So that's basically my advice there in terms of like how to do that. There are so many different...
Just like everyone poops, FurCast just keeps going.
But in terms of publishing podcasts, there are a lot of websites to help with that. We host everything ourselves, which is a pain in the ass, and I don't recommend it. There's so many websites that'll just help you easily either submit content. Some of them will let you even do it for free as long as it's under a certain amount of time. There's obviously YouTube. A lot of stuff is just on YouTube these days. Yeah. See? Just go around, experiment, see what you want to do, what your priorities are. And that'll be that.
Farrah, you're fucking evil. I've seen those before, but you're fucking evil. He sent me a link to an Etsy page of a 12-pack of those outlet stickers.
Yeah.
That look like a power outlet.
Yeah.
Stick on the wall.
Yeah.
I said for cons.
He said for cons.
For cons, yeah. I love
You
that.
set them next to a bench. People like situate themselves next to it. They get all set. They pull out their plug and right on the wall.
That is pretty good. That is pretty good. All right. There's a good video covering this. How to get furry friends. Let me see. Oh, it's from Foofy. Yeah, there you go. Furry Foofy on YouTube has a how to get furry friends video. That's good. I think that's pretty much it. Let me just mark that one as read live. Mark that one as read live. All right. We got one more. Faye, do you want to read it?
Sure.
Let's pull it up. It's the only other one in the starred folder that we haven't read, so it's pretty easy to find.
It's only there's two, but that one's already...
Yeah, that one's separate, yeah.
Email titled, I don't want to live with my family. Welcome to the most of the adult world. You didn't want to live with your family. Well, your brother actually wanted to not live with your family first.
No, I wanted to live with my family.
No, your brother wanted to not live with your family.
Yeah, my brother, he noped the fuck out real quick.
Nope.
Yeah, no. No, I get along with my parents. But that's kind of fairly unique.
They did say feel free to read on air. Just to let you know.
Yep. Good.
Okay, so first off, hello, FurCast. I've been listening to your show for a couple months now, and it's my favorite podcast so far. But as you can tell by the title of the email, I don't want to live with my family anymore. They don't really understand mental health or anything like that, and I'm kind of suicidal and self-harming at times, and a lot of it because of the stress and pressure from them specifically. I can't go to school either due to the stress or sadness, and an example of the things that they do is that they get mad at me for not going to school, but then they don't get that being mad and saying I won't have a future doesn't help at all anyway. I don't know what to do every day. I think about hurting myself. I also have ADHD and OCD.
Everybody has ADHD.
Which makes things a lot harder. I'm only 13, by the way.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Hey, good job at screening emails.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't screen
Hey,
these guys.
Wait, we didn't used to. Which can you put a little star thing next to it?
Yeah, any email that comes in that looks readable, I just put it in starred. Right, were we supposed to screen them? We didn't used to.
Remember that time when I read an email?
Yeah.
Gave advice.
Oh yeah. Well, no, you emailed
and then
them
you
back.
specifically.
No, you emailed
and
them
then you
back.
specifically gave me this one.
Because you hadn't read an email yet.
Read the last email, Pharaoh.
Yeah, read the last email. I'm sorry.
It's like I was set up here. Where's that FBI gif? The video?
I'll finish it. But yeah, sorry about any grammatical errors and thank you for reading this email. Sorry if I didn't make any sense, but goodbye from a Norwegian husky bat. Oh, that's cute.
Well, he's Norwegian, so he's not American.
So first of all, shouldn't be watching FurCast or listening to FurCast. But besides that, to answer your question, in the event that I am sure many people have...
Do our laws apply to Norwegians?
Yeah. Moving on.
Do FurCast laws apply to Norwegians?
My recommendation would be if you were in school...
I feel like a 13-year-old Norwegian would have
Thank
like
you for continuing
a
to
man
interrupt
beard
me while I am trying
and look
to-
like a lumberjack.
I'm trying to move past this, and you just keep pulling me back here.
You're like the brawny guy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. Anyway, funny joke. It was funny.
That's what I think what a Norwegian male looks like.
Talk to your school counselor. Find a professional or some kind of, or you could even say that to your parents. Say that you were interested in something like that.
You don't even have to talk to your parents. You can just talk to your school counselor to say they don't feel comfortable talking to your parents.
Yeah, you also live in a country that has good health care, so take advantage of that. And I'm very sorry to hear that you have those negative thoughts, but I am glad that you have not
Welcome
done
to hormones.
I'm glad that you have not done anything and that you have instead reached out and emailed us, even though I'm a little upset that you're 13 and you're listening to FurCast. But
yeah, hormones kind of suck.
You will have a good future with good animal people someday. So stick with it and seek help from people who are actually, it is their job to give you help. Unless they're like definitely shitty adults, like if they're anti-LGBT or something, but they probably aren't if it's just like a public school. But if you're going to like some random weird Catholic school or something, then that's a different
Do Norwegians have Catholic schools?
Yeah, I believe so.
I've never been to Norway.
As for the ADHD and OCD, okay, listen. You know, if it is something that you believe affects you and it's something that you think you should need help on, then absolutely that is fair and you should talk to a professional. But don't let that. Don't put a label on yourself and let that hinder you, because I've been told my whole life that I got all kinds of fucked up mental problems, and I turned out, well, actually, I didn't turn out just fine. I started a podcast called FurCast, and I'm still doing it.
I'm very OCD.
Yeah.
And ADHD.
You get the point. You got to be a little careful. Like, is it useful to know? Sure. It might help you learn how to overcome maybe some issues that you're having if you are having issues in the education system or at your job or whatever. But should it define you and should it hold you back in life? No. So you got to be a little careful with that, because I've met people who are like, I'm autistic, and I'm like, okay, I don't care. Like, it's very useful for you to know.
So
do you have any questions about it?
Don't let what you are define you.
Yes. Don't let other people tell you what your limitations are. Use that, take that advice, right? It might be very useful. If you are having trouble fitting in with other people or at your job or whatever, it might be useful to know to help you improve. But beyond that, that's it. Because, yeah.
That and hormones suck.
That too. So anyway.
But as an older to younger advice, we all go through those phases of depression, anxiety, anger.
Yeah, especially at that age.
So in the sense of that, you're not alone. It's going to follow you. You're going to deal with it throughout your life. Doesn't matter if you're 13 or 35. I'm not even 35 yet.
Also, when you say, I don't know how the school system is in Norway, but here, or was it Norway? Hold on. What was he? Yeah, Norwegian. So here, so I
you
know
can't
how
go to school from stress, but use stress as an advantage. You can still use stress as a way to really get you into gear.
If I could relate it all, so when I was 13, so here in the U.S., obviously you might have primary and like a secondary school. We have something in the middle in the U.S. called middle school, and that is like 13, 14, 15, around that age. So it's 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in the U.S. That being in middle school is a really shitty time because all of your peers are just assholes, and that was when I got beat up, and that was when I got made fun of, and that was when I went through a lot of shit. As soon as I went into high school, which is secondary school in the U.S.,
so Norwegian school system can be divided into 3 parts. Elementary school, which is ages 6 to 13. Lower secondary school, which is 13 to 16.
Lower secondary. Okay, there you go.
Upper secondary school.
Yeah, lower secondary is going to be a shit time, and then as soon as you get into actual secondary, everybody stops caring, and everybody that is mean to you will stop caring and just let you do your own thing.
Elementary and lower secondary school are mandatory for all children in Norwegian.
Yeah.
Norway.
In Norway.
That are Norwegian.
All right, cool.
I looked up the education of Norway. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Yeah. That was FurCast. Ramus says don't self-diagnose. Yeah, that too. I think it's, again, it all depends on what's the intent, right? When you say, oh, I have ADHD or ADD, or I think I have it, or I was diagnosed with it, okay, great. That's great. What then?
Self-diagnosing is great when you've gone to many different doctors and they've not found anything specifically wrong and they've ruled out different things. Then self-diagnosing can come, in fact, beneficial for you because then you can take that information and then comparatively collaborate with doctors to then find out if that said thing is correct.
Well, the other thing is, like, if you Google...
Speaking personally.
ADHD, and you're like, I don't know if I have ADHD, but, like, what is the advice that's given to ADHD people? And it says, like, oh, do something like this to help you concentrate and do something...
A lot of that stuff is generic.
A lot of it's generic, but that might be helpful to you. Does that mean that you should limit who you are? No, but... Yeah, it all depends on what is the intent of it. And by the way, that is why things like Asperger's syndrome has largely been removed from some of the books. And now there's just an autistic spectrum. And one of the reasons for that is because they found that there wasn't much use in categorizing people in that way. It just wasn't successful or healthy or whatever.
Each disease has its own strengths and weaknesses. Just like cancer, it actually is making you immortal. Just not in a good way.
Anyway.
You're partially immortal if you have cancer.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Think of it on the bright side.
Please stop.
Please stop.
Some of your cells actually are immortal.
Okay,
No, it is. That's the original person that actually had
I understand that's how cancer works. It's not funny or interesting. So, moving on.
But each strength, there's always a strength to any disease.
Yeah, okay.
There's always a weakness to every disease.
Thanks for listening to FurCast, guys.
Understanding your own weaknesses is a beneficial thing.
I've been your host, Paradox the Red Wolf.
I have been your fabulous Blue Fox host, Pharaoh.
I've been a Rayo. I'm purple.
You are purple.
I'm purple!
I do love your purple shirt.
My purple shirt, my purple getup.
It is very, very purple.
I know, and I love it.
All right, we are here next week, but we are not here the week after.
Because we're going to be in Canada.
Because we're going to be in Toronto at FE. So if you're going to at FE, then come get hugs. Literally, come, please.
Yeah, don't be afraid.
If you see me at FE, don't be one of those people that's like, oh, you looked busy. I don't fucking care.
You can always find Paradox in the ballroom at the AV place. If you want to see him, go see him.
And guess what? I will always be busy. Say hi anyway.
Yeah.
Please.
I remember when we were at Anthrocon, you were running the jib crane, right?
Yeah.
And I came over, and you were like, oh, bull! And you, like, left the crane and came over to me, and we're like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, it's great. So, yeah, even if he's busy, he'll come.
Also, if you want information on the immortal cancer cells, the tracing of the immortal cells of Henrietta Lacks is the actual scientific study on that. So,
neat.
You know your information.
Happy daylight savings time to everybody in North America. I believe most European countries are up in 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks after, or did it happen 2 weeks ago already? I don't know. And then Oceania switches at some other time, but in the other direction. Daylight savings sucks. Good night.